Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Dice and Paper. I am so excited to see you, and I hope we all are too. Before we can get into the stream proper for today, we have a couple of announcements to make our way through. Would you guys like to take it away?
Yeah. So as always, you guys can get our merch, which is a cool way to support the show and just spread the word about it. Arthur is actually wearing some right now, if you wanna.
It's pretty fantastic.
Yeah. So there's just cool garments with our logo or quotes or references to the show on there, and they're really neat. And
There will be more coming out soon.
There will be
We
more
haven't
coming
updated
out
the
soon.
store in a while.
So yeah, if you're interested in supporting us that way, there's links for those in the description if you're watching us on YouTube, or in the panels if you're watching us on Twitch.
Fuck yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So, D&D Beyond, everyone. If you haven't already used it, it's a fantastic source for you to get all of your Dungeons & Dragons 5e content right on your tablet. You know, this little thing, this thin little thing that they didn't have 5 years ago. On everything. On your computer, on your phone, on your tablet. Apple Watch.
Possibly.
No, we don't say brands. Fuck. We've already fucked it up. All right. Get it on your electronic device. It's really cool, and it allows you to do all the things that you could do on paper, except without all the hassle.
Can you get
Thank you,
it
D&D
on
Beyond.
ATM?
We're not sponsored. Can you get it on ATM?
Yeah.
I bet you
Definitely,
someone has tried to
definitely.
do that.
100%.
They have headphones.
They have Doom
Yeah.
on. They have Doom on ATM.
They have Doom on everything.
Okay.
Oh, my turn. So, sorry, I'm confused. Tabletop Audio, you guys should check that out. Free site. You know, like sounds, music, sound effects, everything. That's pretty much Tabletop Audio.
It's a good site.
Good
It's
site.
a great
10
site.
out of 10 site.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Not
We're not
sponsored.
sponsored by
Not
anything.
D&D Beyond either.
Yeah, no, we're seriously, like, we don't have
We're
any
totally
sponsors.
open to it, but we
But
don't have sponsors.
Please.
We're desperate.
We are
Not really.
No.
If you guys are checking us out on YouTube, make sure to check out the streams every Friday, 7 to 11 on Twitch at Dice and Paper. And if you guys are checking us out on Twitch for the first time, make sure to check out the YouTube page. We have all the perception checks that give you background info on the show, as well as the previous episodes, so you guys can catch up. Hopefully we'll be making a recap soonish, though.
Never know.
Is that all for tonight?
I think so.
Wait,
Any other special announcements? We're getting smooth. That was like grease lightning right there.
Grease Lightning?
You've never heard that.
I've never heard of that.
Well,
Ever?
it's super
You're lost,
I
man.
believe
The
it's
world
I
of the
believe
story.
there's a movie called Grease Lightning.
It's just a
I
saying.
feel like that's
it's really smooth. Is the
It went well, it went fast. Move on.
Yeah.
Alright.
Anyway, I'm very excited to get back into the world of D&D. But before that, tonight, we have a bit of a tradition to uphold. What, Nate?
Get ready, Clem.
Okay.
We're freaking
You're
out. We're
just
getting
so
ready.
excited.
We're so excited
This is
right
gonna
now.
be a good one, folks.
What if I have just the most boring prelude ever?
Adventurers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember where
So,
we
today we went somewhere.
Yeah.
Welcome to Dice and Paper! No. No. Anyway. Their path winds ever forward, following a journey made possible only by a guide unwilling and a traveler unknown. Welcome to Dice and Paper.
Alright.
Is it played out to say I love that song?
I think not.
You can still, yeah,
Okay.
you got a few more.
I love that song. I'm sad I don't have Mike and Ike's this week. We really should put that in the budget.
We're too brain.
Yeah, we're saying. Oh, guys, we're getting sued.
What was it? What was the fun Tropicana? Tropicana.
Now that's
We
another
can't.
one. That was it was
Orangina.
Orangina. Oh.
Orangina, juicy fruit.
Stop.
Coca-Cola.
No. Oh.
Walmart.
Coca-Cola will actually sue us.
Stop.
You said it
Guys,
again.
guys, Disney.
Run. We're done.
Hey, guys.
They're gonna buy us. They're not
Yeah.
even gonna sue us.
They're gonna buy it.
That would be fantastic. Actually, Disney.
I feel like, what is it? I feel like Disney.
Buy us and fire us.
Disney's
yeah.
like, oh shit, there we go. Disney's like Bloody Mary. If you say it 3 times, their
Right,
lawyers
they're
just
gonna-
appeal.
Yeah.
Just like
And we've said it like 5 now.
Yeah.
So,
It's okay though.
yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, before we get right back into the campaign, tradition has us do a little recap for anybody who missed last or all week's episodes. Shame on you. But anyway, we'll help you get caught up to what's going on right now. Isabel, I think that is your chore this week.
Yeah. Yeah. So like last time, we got back to shore. Gave the boat back. And went to Orion's swamp because he was really depressed. And
Yeah.
and so basically, his wife died like a ton of years ago, and
32.
32 years ago.
Am I right? 32.
That's what I said. I don't know what this thing is.
Okay. Well, she died 32 years ago. She was killed by a wraith, but when it killed her, it turned her into a specter. So she was like a ghost anyway. Or wait, Trevor, what's the mechanics of a specter? What is it?
Oh shit.
Um,
I don't want to know this.
Okay, yeah, this isn't exactly like the nicest thing for Orion to hear about. A ghost, as I understand it, a ghost is a spirit that didn't pass on to the afterlife. They stuck around for whatever reason. A specter is a spirit that was prevented from passing into the afterlife. They were basically just forcefully ripped away from their self and the afterlife and twisted. It's like basically the wraiths steal souls that they then use as militant weapons, basically.
Cool. That sucks.
Yeah.
So, the wraith turned Orion's wife into a specter. Nyack?
Specters also
Nyack.
also sometimes become wraiths after a long enough time.
And the wraith's name is Mohruf.
Yeah.
Nice. And so now we have to fight them both because Orion wants us to.
And we're his friends that are trying to help.
And
They're
we
kinda
want to
fucked now.
help.
You can't really like. Get
We
out
can't.
of this
We
now.
can't turn around.
Yeah,
and
we,
laugh.
you're like,
He's just like, no, what do you want this guy?
Okay, also
We come down in the
no.
basement, all that dramatic stuff happens, and Cal just goes, no.
No,
Buster's just like, I'm gonna make tea.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm going upstairs, boys.
Good luck, Orion.
If the wraith isn't here in 15 minutes, we can legally leave the dungeon.
Okay.
Well, now I feel nervous.
You think they're just gonna leave? They're gonna be like, lunch break,
I
guys.
wouldn't be surprised the way they're talking now.
Okay.
For the record, I just want to say,
air for 10 minutes.
I just want to say, guys, this is tea. This entire thing is tea.
I just want to say,
That's a
guys.
lot of
Why are you
tea.
drinking it out of that pot?
I just want to say,
the worst.
Adrian got a big cup, so then Trevor got a bigger cup, Arthur got a bigger cup, and I have a bigger cup on the way.
Yes. And then
That's
she's gonna
52
need to
ounce-
get
This
the
is
biggest
52
cup.
ounces. I have a 100-ounce cup. Twice the size of this one.
Guys, I just rolled 2 dice behind the screen,
That one's.
and I got a 4 and a 1.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I'm very excited.
That's
Yeah.
initiative, isn't it? That's delicious.
God fucking damn it.
I agree.
Okay, so
What is... How?
Okay,
We rolled like 12 times before stream, and I did fine.
That's so
you
funny.
wasted all your luck. That was
You
really
used it
dumb.
up.
Yeah, dude. Now we got to get those.
I like how I have this massive notebook and I've filled up 2 pages. I'm really good at taking notes, guys.
I'm actually good at taking notes.
Yeah, I
guys.
know.
Yeah, I actually have quite a bit of notes though.
Oh.
All right.
All right. So yeah, that's what happened last time.
Yep. Orion, were there any important details that you would like to enlighten us to that we missed out on? That you can think of. I think you mentioned this very briefly, but we were listening to Isabel. The Wraith's name is Mohruf.
Dick.
Spectre keeps his Nyack or his have a new name.
No, just nah. Well, the specters.
So we left off last time. She just turned into the Spectre. I fell with my knees. Right?
Yep.
About to start battle.
Yeah. So, without further ado, are you do you
I'm
want to
gonna do
do you
it.
want to stall
I'm gonna-
so that we can keep?
No, I'm gonna. Can I just do it?
We'll get to that.
Okay. We
So-
me and Trevor talked a lot before stream.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell.
It's been a while. It's been a bit of a week.
I got a whole outline of how this is supposed to happen.
So,
It's not gonna happen anything like that.
Orion,
Yeah.
loss. It isn't something you really get to prepare for.
Nope.
Suddenly, usually quite unexpectedly, you find something you relied on has been torn away. Though you cannot predict it, you must be ready. And Orion, you weren't prepared. You weren't prepared to lose Niek. You weren't prepared to get her back, if you can call this that. And most of all, you weren't prepared for the Spectre to surge forwards towards you, death in its familiar eyes. Can I have everyone roll initiative?
Ah, fantastic.
Right before initiative starts, may I say one thing?
Yeah.
Sure. Oh yeah, is Wolfie down in the dungeon
God
with you
damn
guys?
it, piece of shit.
Natural 20.
Busto,
we gotta roll in here.
Wolfie's in the back though.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Busto,
I'm
kind of
kidding.
pulling out his staff, is simply going to say,
Shut the
"Speak softly and kill two birds with one stone."
Oh my.
It's back. It's back. The list is back, Trevor.
You made another. Oh.
Yep.
I'll try to sabotage you. I will.
I swear to God, if you do
I'll
it,
try.
actually, Dave.
Isabel, do you still have those matches?
Thing of water and a thing of tea.
Oh no.
I swear to
It's
God.
not on waterproof.
That is a thing.
Yep, just gotta take a big gulp. All right.
Fuck me. All right.
Big oof hours right now, boys.
All right. So
I rolled really bad.
I rolled a
but-
9.
Okay.
I got a 19 in all.
19.
Which
Nah.
may be crucial.
Nat 20.
Natural 20.
Plus her dex, so it's like 25.
Well, but
Doesn't
it's,
matter
yeah,
with it.
the natural.
Alright.
So,
It does matter with a nat 20.
Nick.
Initiative, yes.
I got a 4. My dex is higher than the rates, man. One of his
Well,
lowest rolls
no,
is-
but
Damn it.
I rolled a nat 1. Remember?
So I did
Did you put
better.
that? Wait, did you put that for the wraith?
It was the Wraith. I rolled with something specific. I
still-
guess it fits, like, story-wise, because we did say last time that it's sort of, you're down in this basement. It's very candlelit, super dark. Oh, yeah, if we don't, it didn't explain where we are. Orion's Swamp was revealed to be the site of this, like, intense
Really cool cat.
congregation of those ruins that they'd seen in the Arborholm Woods. And right at the center of it was the sunken remains of a massive palace, the top tower of which Orion was using as his house. And when he brought them to go see Mohruf, he brought them down underground to the previous dungeons of this palace, which is where...
a lot underground.
Yeah, about 4 stories underground, which is where the Wraith has been staying. And when you were in this basement, the Spectre's up front, and you saw this shadowy wisp of the Wraith behind it, hanging in the hallway.
Visibility.
Not good.
Not good. Dark vision though.
Dark
60
vision,
feet?
it's all right.
Okay.
So 60 feet applies.
Yeah. Does anyone not have dark vision? Most people have dark vision.
Yeah.
is the thing.
Yeah, we went over this.
And a wolf does. So
Yeah.
we're good.
No,
All right.
but
Who goes first?
Nick.
I wonder.
Nick with her nat 20. Yeah, so Nick, you are standing, you and Busto are near the entrance. Cal is a little bit forward and Orion is at the very front. He is
Okay.
now kneeling on the ground and the Wraith has just surged forwards, this just billowing purple energy following it as it dives straight towards Orion.
I can tell that it's going to hurt him.
It wants him dead.
Cool. I'm
The
gonna.
Spectre or the Wraith?
Watch.
Both.
They're like the same thing. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it kill you. No, I'm gonna get in between them and try to. Wait. Can I stab this? Can it be stabbed?
I feel like it has resistance.
It's a great question. Perhaps use the scientific method to figure this out.
Yeah.
Try stabbing it and then try stabbing it without a knife. See which one works.
Yeah. I'll try to stab it anyway.
Okay. So, Nick catapults forward, and actually, I'm gonna say she basically just vaults over, almost leapfrogs over Orion, and throws herself into the path of the oncoming wraith. Go ahead and roll.
27 to hit.
That hits.
That doesn't hit.
Yeah, me too.
We would also be dead.
Yeah, we'd be big dead.
We this is probably gonna be hard.
10 points of damage.
10
That's
points of
not
damage.
Great.
Yeah. So you dive forward and you bring one of your daggers around and you slash it right through the center of this form, and you see it kind of ripple. And it looks like it's going to sort of it's just sort of this like billowing cloud, and where you cut through seems to start billowing to reform, but it leaves this sort of open area.
Nice. Can I have it make a deception check?
Absolutely. What skill is deception again? Wisdom?
Charisma.
Ooh.
That doesn't sound good.
17.
18. So it
Yes!
Nice.
Oh my god.
Clutch.
It also takes 14 more points of damage.
Jesus fuck.
What type?
Same. It's a dagger.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say you seeing this way it seems to struggle to reform, while you're still kind of beneath it, just go up and getting your arm as far into its non-corporeal body as you can, just sort of use your dagger to just slash apart this form, and you see it kind of shiver and halt in its
Nice.
charge forward.
That's my turn.
Orion,
You know what I'm gonna do? Do you want to set it up?
would you like to tell me so I can get everyone on the same page?
Orion, being starstruck, is going to enter communion.
Cool.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So, because of the way this works, you're not, at least for now, your turns are going to be a bit different.
Makes sense.
Okay. So what you guys see on your end is the Spectre. You keep the battle music going for now,
Oh, really?
please.
Yeah.
The Spectre charges forward, and Orion just sort of blankly looks up at it. And I'm actually Cal. I'm gonna have you go before we resolve this. If that's
Okay.
all right with you. No.
That's okay.
Yeah. But for Orion's turn, he seems to just sort of limply gaze at it.
He doesn't move up or anything?
He doesn't do anything.
I'm going to take my trident and aim for the wraith
Mhm.
and cast fireball at the wraith.
Fireball.
Yeah. So
Some
Cal,
mechanics were created.
You realize that is
Listen, some mechanics were created.
what's the range and what is the area of effect?
Let me check on that real quick. Just looking at D&D Beyond.
Yeah. So you guys see Cal step forward and he levels his trident, which has already begun to wreath in flames, now collecting at this red hot point at the tip of the middlemost prong.
It is 150 feet.
Absolutely.
Oh wait, no, it's 20 feet.
20
no, it's
foot-
a 20-foot radius, 150 feet to hit.
That's why
I was
saying
very confused there.
fireball.
At the wraith. And actually, can I get it so it hits the specter
It will.
too?
That's why I was doing the math. for.
Okay. And both of them need to make a dex saving throw.
Spectre fails critically. And the Wraith gets an 18.
No, he succeeds. Okay.
So half damage for the Wraith, full damage for...
So I need 8d6.
Here's my.
Wait, did he get? So he got a nat one?
Fireball. Fireball
That's
is so
here.
hard.
Somebody else give me a d6.
The Spectre got a nat 1.
Okay. Wait, is that 8? No, that's 6. I need 2 more.
You said. Oh.
1, 2.
Damn.
Okay.
I need them
That's a
big.
lot of damage.
I would need that back, by the way.
15, 18, 20, 23, 29,
9, 30.
30 points of damage in total.
Well
Wow,
done.
That is very good.
That was enough, wasn't it?
Wait, hang on.
Is this yours? Oh! So 30 points of damage, and it's half, I think, for on a failed save. Yep.
15.
Half as much on a successful one.
You need the back?
What?
You need the dice back?
No. I can't cast it again.
Right, but it takes half the damage of that one's roll.
Yeah.
You don't have to roll half.
No. Okay. Yeah. So that's 15 damage to the wraith and 30 damage to the specter. Fire damage.
Mhm.
I know they're resistant to it.
Other way around. 30 to spectre.
Yeah.
Is that what I said?
No.
Oh. Whoops. Okay. And that was my action. I'm going to use. No, fucking. This is tough. I'm trying to get as much damage in here as I can at the beginning. I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon right next to the Spectre.
Okay.
That's all I can do. Christ, that won't fit in the hallway.
Oh no.
Turn it sideways a little bit. There you go.
Good thinking, mate.
Yeah, so Cal, that this point of light at the end of his trident comes to just this like breaking point, and a beam of red light strikes out and causes this massive fiery explosion in the center of the hallway a few feet down, and you see it just singes the back of the Spectre to the point where almost nothing of it is left except for the upper torso, and that billowing cloud is almost completely gone, and it sort of just collapses onto the ground in front of where Orion is kneeling and starts kind of trying to force itself back up.
Come on, motherfucker. Alright, that's all I can do on my turn.
Yes.
Well done.
Actually, I'm going to use my movement to get up right next to Nick.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
And that's all I'm going to do on my turn.
You gonna skip me or go with me? I don't care.
I'm gonna talk to you for a second, Orion. Orion, so you guys, what happens here is, you see the Spectre. It's sort of since it's now the Spectre's turn. Where it's collapsed on the ground, it doesn't seem to be able to particularly move. But from where it is now lying, it just reaches up and grabs Orion by the hood and just starts slamming his face down into the stone.
The Spectre?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude.
And Orion, you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Does it affect my axe at all?
No. This is just straight bludgeoning. It isn't using life drain or anything like that on you. But Orion, as you're assaulted, you just sort of allow your limbs to go limp, apathetic towards your plight in general. You begin to imagine what this might look like to an outside observer, and just like that, you are an outside observer, standing a few feet to your own left, watching your own skull smashed into the cold brick floor. Your surroundings otherwise the same, save for a soft fog illuminated by a cold silver light. What do you do?
Can I touch anything?
Reaching out towards the bars near you, and also you can see the lantern and any other like candle or light source doesn't seem to be operating the same. It's just this glowing point of silver light that seems to be filling the room. But reaching out towards the wall, you can kind of feel it, but also with a little effort, your hand just passes through it like it's fog.
Feel like I'm in communion?
This is the same. Because of the way your communion works, you can't see the sky,
Right.
but you can still feel that presence above you.
I'm just gonna say, I know you know what I want. Fair trade. After this battle, we're gonna have a fair trade. Anything can show up.
You hear no reply, but a few moments later, from out of the silver mist emerges a figure. You don't recognize him, tall with dark skin complementing vibrant green eyes, but he looks as confused as you feel, seeming not to know why or how he came to be here.
Hello?
But back in the real world,
Everybody, oh, I understood.
Yeah, sorry, we're gonna be doing a bit. I don't know if anyone dislikes that, but we're gonna be doing a bit
like
of
it.
jumping around.
No, I like it. It's just.
Thematic.
Just waiting for something to
Sorry.
happen.
All right.
I feel like should
Whose turn is it now? Spectres.
It's
No,
Busto's
it's Busto.
actually,
Oh.
but
The Spectre
before he
already
can
went.
do anything, the Wraith
Flash
King,
burns,
which
yeah.
you can now see is becoming more and more clear at the end of the hallway, almost like your vision is adjusting and you can make out this.
Past the spiritual weapon.
Probably not, but
It's
Gonna have to
flapping
work
its
You can
around
wings.
see
that.
it's- yeah.
But now partially illuminated by Cal's spiritual weapon, you can see this tattered cloak billowing in a non-existent wind, and the Wraith King stretches out a hand and it speaks something you cannot understand. And I need you, Cal, to succeed on a DC 16 Constitution saving
Was it
throw.
infernal?
It wasn't a language you know.
Oh, okay.
It was not infernal.
Okay. A DC what saving throw?
16.
16 con.
Con. That's a no.
That is a no.
Also, can I just point something out? Nate doesn't have a hat on, right?
He
Yeah.
doesn't.
Okay.
Congrats, Nate.
I spent
Neither
the
does
night
his
here,
character
and I
anymore.
spent the night here and I was
True.
not expecting to.
So Cal,
So I didn't bring a hat.
until the end of Mohruf's next turn, you will have vulnerability to necrotic damage.
Oof,
All right.
that's fun.
That's it.
But Busto, it is your turn first.
Conjure animals.
Conjure animals. Monkeys,
I wasn't that
do we
surprised.
have a thing for
Do
monkeys?
you have your spear?
What?
Do you have your spear on your back?
Are we adding more minis?
I guess so. Here's my question.
Just,
Are we doing one big monkey or 4 monkeys?
I was going to do one big monkey in the middle, but it just occupies one space. But I'm just gonna
Okay.
roll it because
We'll just pretend it's 4 monkeys standing on top of each other. Okay?
Jumping
Where
on the
where
bed.
where do you summon this?
Next to me.
Month off.
Yeah.
I rolled initiative for them.
Mother
earlier.
called the doctor,
Yeah.
and the doctor said, no
I
more
rolled
monkeys.
not proud of it because I'm really good on luck today, and that 1 plus 2, so 3 total.
Don't get to add anything to that
No,
one.
Don't get the
Um,
ads.
Let me have this, guys.
What's their dex score?
3 minus 2.
14.
That's what you can do.
14. Okay.
You want to do that? Do it. Subtract. 3 minus 2.
Shut up.
So your monkeys go last.
And then I'm also going. Does that mean that they go after me?
Yes. They go after the wraith.
Okay. And then I'm going to cast spiritual or bonus action dragon.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you so
Oh.
much. You're the best.
Yeah. Did you think he was summoning a dragon for a
I
second?
heard dragon. I'm like, that's the best conjure animals I've ever heard.
Okay.
Oh, I wish.
Yeah. So
I'm cold.
get a coat. So
I don't even have a sweatshirt.
yeah, Busto, standing near the end of the hallway here, you look to your side and pull from the shadows, fully formed, 4 spectral apes, and additionally, you throw up an arm and illuminate this, or softly anyway, illuminate this otherwise dark dungeon with the golden light of your healing word dragon. And is that your turn?
Yes.
Excellent.
I hate that fucking
Uh,
voice, and I hate that
uh.
smile too.
So,
At least when you're over there.
after Busto performs his actions, you see the wraith in the back sort of gyrate and twist, and then it dives forward and passes through all of the creatures between you and it, Cal. I'm gonna pop it right
Why
there.
you have to do this?
And
This is such a clusterfuck of minis.
I know.
Holy shit.
Well, everyone has their own bonus minis that I have to deal with.
There's so many of them.
I try to make big battle maps, but it doesn't work. No, I don't blame you. And Cal, it takes this, and I'm gonna say what happens is it glides through and just sort of almost lazily comes to a stop between. I'm gonna say between you and Nick, even though we don't have a ton of space for it. Sorry, I am going to have to move you back just a smidge,
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good.
so I can fit everything.
What is the
Let's say it pushes me back a little bit.
I'm gonna say you kind of step back to get away from it, and it sort of lazily comes to a stop, and you can see these these just like shriveled, gnarled feet, bare, peeking out of the bottom of its cloak, and it kind of saunters down the corridor, and you see it flick a hand to the side and materialize this black iron sword, which it slams into the floor and then just drags, creating a line of sparks, and then it swings it right for your head.
Okay.
And
Called it that.
it swings right for your head, torso, legs, feet,
Area.
arms.
That area.
I'm assuming a 22 hits.
That does hit. I'm going to cast
Cast.
Hellish Rebuke.
Okay. Do I get to make my attack first?
Yes.
Okay.
Just saying. Please
Some
do.
D8s.
It'll hurt me. Some D8s. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck, that's another one. That's 4. And then it's doubled.
You take 22 points of
It's not as
necrotic damage,
Bad as I thought it was. Before doubling?
pre-doubled, and
That's bad.
I need you to roll another Constitution saving throw. DC 16.
I love you, die. Same thing as I rolled last time. No, I don't make it.
Is Cal out?
Well, no, but Cal's hit point maximum is reduced by the same amount.
Oh.
Yeah. That's why with the Spectre, I kind of asked to hit max reduced.
Wow.
I knew some bad shit was going to happen.
Oh boy.
Can I just say before we go any further, I'm sorry for bringing you guys here.
It's okay, man. It's okay. We're doing
I
it for
wasn't
you,
al-
bro.
I
We're
was-
doing it for
I
you.
wasn't allowed to look at the character sheet, which I wouldn't have done anyway, but I kind of wanted to when I wasn't allowed to.
Oh,
I see
this is
why I
not
wasn't
good.
allowed
That
to.
is not good.
That's a big.
Now you know how Bloodhunters feel all the time.
Yeah, you don't reduce your max HP by 44.
This is true.
Yeah, you're at 16 HP, aren't you?
I'm at 11.
Is your max 11?
Right
No,
now.
my max is 11 right now.
Oh boy.
That
What?
was the
I can't
Wraith's
heal him.
first turn.
Yeah.
Fuck!
So it
didn't
swings the
prepare.
sword, and Cal, it just slices straight across from shoulder to shoulder, and you sort of stumble backwards and like go to, I guess, stop the flow of bleeding, but you find you're just not bleeding. But that's the Wraith's turn, and Busto, it is your monkeys.
29 points of damage.
Of what type?
Rock. Whatever a rock
Bludgeoning,
is.
probably bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning.
Boom, bludgeoning. Yep.
From non-magical attack.
Yes.
Mine is a magical attack, by the
29
way.
bludgeoning. for
Yep.
non-magical.
Just saying.
I rolled before, so it's pretty fast.
By the
Thank
way,
you.
my
I
horns
really appreciate
Are
that.
definitely.
What?
My horns are definitely.
Oh yeah.
forced.
Yeah. So Cal, did your horns go before, or did it happen when he attacked you like that?
Before.
Before. Yeah. So as Cal's kind of getting attacked, I'm gonna say the apes actually like grab you and push you behind them.
They were throwing rocks, so they didn't.
Oh no.
They didn't get caught.
I didn't know they had range. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd say as the wraith kind of continues in its path and starts to make like it's actually going to grab you, and then just this hail of rocks comes flying over your shoulder, and just it starts slamming into its non-corporeal form.
Caesar.
Then I would like to use
Yeah, it is.
And what?
And then I would like to use my movement to move forward.
Yours or the monkeys?
The monkeys.
Okay. To where?
Two right in front.
Why
of me.
can't you heal me?
Block.
Oh, because my hit
Your
point
max
max.
is-
Your hit
11.
point max is reduced.
For how long?
Ever.
So
It's not
Wait,
forever.
Arthur, how
So
long
after
is
combat,
your
take a long rest.
spirit of healing
not
thing
true.
there?
There's some spells.
10
I didn't take the spell though. I had a spell that would fix that, and I didn't take it. I didn't think we would need to. I didn't know.
Counterspell or something?
No, it's. I forget what it was called.
No, I think I have it actually. Crap.
So.
I don't want to say much, but remember, he could do it again. So
Could do it again.
11's low, but
11 isn't dead.
Yeah.
Nick has
I'm good.
the lowest amount of health. I think.
It's all good. We're gonna be fine.
Me?
No, not
I
you.
die so much.
Let me know when it's me. I'm
Um,
listening, but I'm also working on.
Do beware. For the sake of clarity,
Yeah.
understand that the target dies if its hit point maximum is reduced to 0.
Oh fuck! Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like instant death.
Oh, it's your boy. No. I'm getting out of there.
Additionally, additionally, nothing. That's bad.
That's it,
It's just
yeah.
bad news bears, boys.
Yeah. No, but
I'm just gonna roll on that.
after being pelted by rocks in this fashion, you see the wraith kind of like curls for a second, and then it dives to the side and passes straight through the iron bars into one of the neighboring cells.
Oh.
I know what I fucking need to do.
Run away.
No.
And Nick, it is your turn again.
Wait, Trevor, would I know this? Cause I'm like traveler. Are they? Like, does radiant damage hurt wraiths?
It's
Feel
great question.
Yeah, it does. Totally.
So,
Hey.
how does the specter look in terms of hurt or non-hurt?
It looks like you could kill it with a swift kick to the dick.
Okay.
Fantastic.
I will stab it again, hopefully.
And I'm right next to her, right? So
Yeah.
she gets.
So that would
Or
be
Orion is
that would
anyways.
be 19.
That hits.
Cool.
Doesn't mean anything as long as
So-
you're right next to him.
Sneak attack. Sorry, give me a second. 28 points of damage.
How does this happen?
Oh.
It's on Orion, so I'll just stab it.
And then hit Orion through it.
Yeah, I'll just stab Orion too. No, I'll get it. Can I touch it? Is it like?
Sort of. It's like, you know Oobleck, that non-Newtonian fluid stuff.
Yeah.
It's sort of like if you
Maybe-
just hit it, you can touch it, but then your hands just sort of start to
It's
sink
a
in.
ghost of Oobleck. It's like
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
So if it can choke him, I'm going to grab it and hold it off of him and then stab it.
Yeah. So
yeah.
you grab what is left
Oh,
of
the
its
specters.
of its
Yeah.
yeah, you grab what is left of its spectral torso, and I'm gonna say it's really light, and you just pull it up by a wrist, and then just right into the side of its throat, and then yank it back out, and it just sort of shivers for a second, and then dissipates in a soft purple mist.
We're clearing out the board, guys.
Yeah.
The specter is finally put to rest. By being cast into oblivion, I should note. This isn't afterlife.
Oh yeah.
Mine's hurt.
Yeah,
Had the face of my head.
It literally looked like her, right?
yeah. It looked like a purple, glowy version. And Orion, you do actually see this from your position in this communion world. It seems to be, the events going on seem to be playing back almost like through water. You can't really hear them, and they seem to be moving just a bit slower than they naturally should. But you and this figure are just sort of standing and observing. Yeah, he seems, he's sort of like looking at the action, trying to figure out what's going on, and sensing your gaze, he kind of glances over to the side and looks at you, and you can see his eyebrows kind of raise.
Hello?
Hello. Are you Orion?
I am.
I think I was sent here to help you.
Sent by who?
And he kind of gestures around at where you're standing.
I'm just gonna kind of look up and be like, I'll accept his help. This doesn't count as our trade.
Do you say that out loud? He kind of looks confused when you speak. He says,
No, not looking at him. Just kind of looking.
"Yeah, I know," and he's just sort of like, "I don't think it can hear you."
Like, you can hear me.
Do you know? I'm sorry. I'm not really sure what's going on. Do you know why you might need my help?
Well, kind of gesturing towards the fighting. Me and my friends could use some help fighting this wraith.
He says, "I'm not sure.
Are you a fighter?
He kind of holds up his hands, and you can see that though he is physically there, you can see just straight through him. And he says, I don't think I've been one for the physical world for a while, my friend.
Do you know anything that might be able to help us?
Truthfully, Orion, I don't think I'm here for them. I think I might be more here for you.
You gonna take me somewhere?
If that's what you wish. And back in the material plane, what? It is your turn. You guys see Orion being pummeled. He not seeming to make any of the motions or effort that would normally turn into a bear, just like spasms and abruptly just like without any of the like fanfare that usually accompanies it. He doesn't expand or anything. He just is a bear. It's just sudden. And I'm gonna need you to go ahead and roll DC 15 this time.
15.
Yeah.
If it's forced.
You got this, buddy. Have a good roll.
As long as it's not on that one.
For the first time in
It's a
forever.
fucking nat one.
Are you serious?
I read it as a 7, and then I saw the 7 next to it.
Holy.
Oh.
You know how we said last
Can
time
I
that
just
was
say I'm pissed off that this like little thing. I've been trying to fix it the whole day. They get a dice thing, and this whole day you're like it's just a nat 1, and I've had this feeling deep inside me like
he
I
did.
don't want to put it on a nat 1.
Can you do me one favor? Can you roll in the dice tray? That's 20.
10. Still better.
Better.
He told me so many times
I
about
just
how
wanna
nervous
fucking
he
roll.
was for this.
I
You remember
just
how he
wanna
said
roll.
that was the worst moment he could have gotten in that? I think we found
Yeah.
the worst
And
one.
I told him 5 times today.
Are you unconscious?
I don't want to roll this.
I don't know how that works because
It's
it's kind of a
forced.
different thing.
I'm gonna say you do double roll for your reduction and you just pass out. You won't stay unconscious. I mean, if you get attacked, you'll wake up.
Cool. My question is,
Okay, good.
because it's not all of you. How would it really happen?
Same way.
Okay.
It's
Double
passing
double
up.
my reduction?
Yeah, it's just like multiply by 2 because it's like a critical reduction basically.
I don't have anything that can help you.
Yeah.
Oh no, you have something for it if I get.
I have a plan. I'm gonna try to get it across on my
okay,
turn.
I see.
It might not be able to get across. Well, I have to explain it.
Got that one on the D4, which is
There
good.
you go.
Oh my
If so,
Pretty sure you have to
I
roll it
a
twice 'cause it's 2
strong
sizes,
spell
though.
that I can use.
Then do I?
What is it?
No,
I have
no, I only
Crown of
roll
Cold,
once and then
man.
plus
Oh,
1 for
yeah.
each die.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. So if I do that and you do
Little-
a good spell and he does a good spell and this monkey and Orion's unconscious,
Does
we
not
still might have.
Yeah, it does. That's exactly what it does.
No, it does not.
Yes, it doesn't hurt. It just reduces your max. It's like your Crimson
Doesn't
Red.
hurt me?
I mean, it does because your max is lower.
Yeah, but my current HP is already low,
Well, your max goes down then.
so I don't get. But I don't take damage from my current HP.
Do you take damage from your Crimson Right? Works the same way. Anyway, besides what mechanically happens, you see Orion abruptly turn into a bear, and he sort of, the bear form seems to look around, and you just see this feral rage in its eyes, and then it moves as if to run away and just collapses into a wall, and you can see when it hits the floor, this just trickle of blood starts coming out of its nose.
Shit.
Shit. That was a.
Oh,
Things with powers at the moment.
it's all good.
having a
Rough day, boys.
I don't know how many times I told you I didn't want to roll that.
I know. Don't know where any of this was.
It's all good.
I tried so hard to get out of that roll. Like, but this is gonna happen. Doesn't matter. But it does because of this. Doesn't matter. With this, it does.
That
That's not even a
sucks.
thing.
Do I go for the dex 16 or just the guaranteed damage?
I knew this was gonna happen. I gotta keep.
Which
working
one's
on
more?
this. It's not even your fault. Fate just hates me.
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
don't know, man.
Cal,
Yes.
it is your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna hold my action.
Okay. Are you readying an action or just holding your turn?
Holding my turn.
Okay.
I can use that at any time, right? What's the difference between readying an action and holding my turn?
Holding your turn is, I think it's you
You
just...
can like cast spells and stuff, but readying an action is like dodge and all that kind of stuff.
Readying an action is you set up something, is you can do like your movement and stuff right away, but you set a condition for you to do something.
Okay, yeah, I am going to hold my turn.
But holding your turn means you have to go.
No, it doesn't. I can go at any time.
Let me check.
I could have sworn you had. If you're holding the turn, then you have to wait.
I-
till the end of the
That
round.
kind of makes sense to me.
But if you're readying an action, you get to use it based on certain conditions.
Alright, that makes sense, actually. Let's see if it's right. Because if so, I have a very, very fatal decision to make here.
I say.
Apparently there isn't an actual official rule on... Apparently you're not really supposed to hold a turn. I'll say you can do it. You're at the end of the initiative.
I'm going to ready... That's a humanoid, right? Wraith?
The Wraith, yes. Can things attack your spiritual guardian, by the way?
No.
Is it humanoid?
The Wraith? I think so, yeah.
I'm going to...
Well, it's a monster,
Yeah.
I guess. What do you mean?
I'm gonna... Well, is it a humanoid? Like...
I don't... If you mean, like, in
Could I cast Hold
configuration,
Person
it's
on
undead. Yeah, so no, right. I was checking out Hold Person last time. You can't do it on monsters.
it? Okay, I'm going to use my bonus action to pass my spiritual weapon through the wall, and... I'm going to attack him real quick. Holy fuck, dude. 17 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Okay. And that's 6 plus 4. That's 10 points of damage.
Take a d6.
What type of damage?
Oh shit, thank you. Fire.
Okay.
Nope. That is, what is that? Oh, I think it's, is it psychic or force?
I have no idea.
I'm trying to press
can't
on
tell.
it. I'm trying to press on it. D&D Beyond.
That's exactly. Since remember I can do that.
Hold on a second, everyone. Does not want to press. I'm gonna say force. I think it's force.
All right. So Cal puts out a hand, and you see his spiritual weapon flaps those huge bird wings and passes through into one of the cells where you can see the Wraith is now waiting. And let me check what type of damage it is real quick.
And just so we can get this over with quicker, I'm going to hold turn on.
Force damage. Yes.
So ready, turn, hold on that.
Ready,
Yeah.
hold undead.
Turn on
Turn
dead.
on.
Turn undead. Yeah. And it is force damage. You're right. How much damage was it?
It was. I rolled a 6 plus.
I think it was 10. You
Yeah,
said.
10,
4,
10
10,
points
yep.
of
Yeah.
damage.
And you see where it sort of just barrels straight into the Wraith. And you see it actually just pass out of sight as it, presumably by the ceiling shaking, slams it into the other wall of the cell. But again, you see the Wraith just like heading out of this cell away from the spiritual weapon, back towards the
I'm gonna cast Turn
combatants
Undead.
outside. Yeah, go ahead. How does that work
Make
again?
a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
Trevor rolls.
21.
Yep, he succeeds.
Oh.
All right. Oh, the Spectre is dead. I can remove that. Busto, it is your turn.
I cast haste on Nick.
That's like
Your
really bad.
staff. Is the Wraith wearing any metal?
The Wraith is not wearing anything.
Ghost,
The sword
bud.
is metal though.
It's
a
not
ghost
real.
sword.
It is incorporeal.
Damn it. So I'm just gonna cast haste on Nick.
Fuck.
Do you have to touch Nick?
Sorry?
Do you have to be in physical contact with Nick to cast haste, or is it just...
No, it's a range. Quick spell.
What is that? I have another action?
Yes, you have another attack action.
Thanks, I love you.
No problemo. And then as my bonus action, I would like to do something sort of conventional, sort of unconventional. What's your AC, Ryan?
4. Am I in bear form or iron form?
Bear form.
15.
That's not worth. That's not worth wasting a second level spell slot.
My health is at 13.
Alright. I am going to transform.
Oh, worked out better for you.
What happens on magic?
Are your apes a creature, by the way?
Magic.
Yeah,
Not a
the
magic
Wild
word.
Beast
That was the best
is
way
the
to ever.
Are they a creature?
I don't. They're technically fates, according to the rules.
If they die, can the wraith create a specter from them?
They
Okay.
automatically disappear.
Okay.
Like the wording is. I'll pull it up. Wording is.
They go back to the Feywilds.
Yeah. Each
Okay.
beast
Okay.
is also considered fey, and it disappears when it drops to 0 HP or when the spell ends.
All right.
So I cast haste, and then I would like to wild shape. Just skip because I need to figure out what I'm wild shaping into, but I can't move.
There's no
Okay.
he's gonna roll all
I'm trying
ones.
into something. 1 second. Sorry.
Not let's show.
Yeah. Just go to the race.
Yeah. So Nick, you see, you kind of hear this slam, and then just this quiet, like, guttural breathing, and it just moves just so gently out of the bars and returns to face you. And kind of as you're like moving back a step, you feel this like urgency rush over you, and you glance behind and see Busto with a hand outstretched towards you.
I'm still right next to her, right? Or
Yes.
did it actually push me back, or am I like still right next to her?
You're like 5 feet behind her.
So am I the next block right next to her, like the next square?
Well, the way I've set them up, you're like a block and a half back, but
Okay, you can't do that then.
but Nick,
I'm trying to do
you're turning into 5 apes. Oh boy.
Caesar.
That's what he's becoming.
Do they have guns?
Does a 15 hit? Okay. So as the wraith approaches you, it swings that sword again, but you just drop to your back, and it goes straight over your figure.
Thank goodness.
And reaching the peak of that swing, it brings its sword around
No.
like this, backhanded, and swings it down towards your form.
Oh my god, I thought you were gonna say
Again.
it was hitting me. I actually just had a heart attack.
Well, I'm assuming if the 15 doesn't hit, a 9 does not hit either.
Thank
Um,
goodness.
So from where you're now kind of on
My
your
AC is 16 to 10, and if it's below 10, it hits.
so from where you're now kind of like hands and ankles on the ground, it swings in a point towards you, and you just roll to the side out of the way, where you can see its sword actually becomes wedged in the floor next to you. And Busto, it is the apes' turns.
They deal 29 points of damage.
Again?
Yes, the exact.
Do they have to roll to hit?
Yes, I
He does. He showed me that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I do over here when I'm
Okay.
rolling dice.
I will
So
trust you
fuck
on this.
around, it's 'cause I'm actually rolling.
29?
Yep. 29 again.
Which is halved.
14.
Because it was five hits in total out of 8.
What is
Okay.
it not
Never another
resistant
one.
to?
D6 plus 3. So 6, 5, 6, 4, and 8.
They're not concentration, right?
No.
Okay.
Well, shoot, it's not.
No, the apes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Math.
Sorry.
Good job,
And then
mate. Thank you. Oh
That's
my
fine.
god, dude.
Yeah, so another barrage of these stones comes from the far end of the room.
Your punches, 'cause they're-
Oh yeah, well they're a little bit behind. They'd have to go past Orion.
They can move, right? Yeah.
And reacting to them doing that, it brings that sword around towards your apes.
Not the
You
apes.
only get one, so.
Does it work? Are we using 4 creatures?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's why I've been rolling 8 times.
What is their HP for each of them?
HP is 19.
19. Okay.
With an
Oh,
AC
they
of
probably don't.
12.
I was gonna say they probably don't have eyes. Hopefully, he gets another 9.
Natural armor.
Hopefully,
Doesn't look good.
that's a lot of
And-
damage. I think one of them is dead.
Well, then-
Damage.
Oh no.
I mean, one of my apes is dead, Reno, guys.
24.
Yeah, that killed him.
So now you have 3 apes?
So 4, well, including me.
Including him, no,
Oh.
it's 4, yeah.
What if they hit you?
But Nick, it is your turn.
Let me know when
And
you
I
want to
have
go back to that.
2 actions. Because of haste.
Yeah, you do. Fuck.
Cool. I'm gonna go over to the wraith next to the apes.
Yep. Shit, I knocked over another wall.
I'm loving druids. I never thought I would love them this much.
They're sweet. And I will try to stab it.
Okay.
That does not hit. 11.
11 does not hit.
Yeah, but I have another action.
God damn it, I'm actually freaking out right now.
Because you genuinely.
If I get hit one more time, I'm dead.
Yeah.
I would have you make a Constitution
Alright.
save.
That I just made up, so he doesn't know.
What?
Constitution save.
Oh,
It's such a good
interesting.
plan.
Well, kind of. It's my original plan, kind of. So right now, don't worry. Right now.
Okay, double whatever the fuck
Could totally
happens.
change
Really?
things.
Yeah, that was a nat 1.
Terrific.
I've rolled 3 nat 1s!
I rolled
Good.
one and mine's worse
What
than all
the
three
fuck?
of mine, bitch!
What are the odds of that? Someone.
Really? You want to talk to me about the odds of rolling a nat 1?
0.125. 0.125.
Wants to argue with me about the odds of rolling a nat
Give me a second. I need to do
0.125,
some math.
sure.
How about doing the same thing twice?
You need to do some math. Jesus Christ.
No,
What's
it's
8
actually.
times 4? Is that
Holy fuck.
what's 8 times 4?
32.
32.
32.
What?
There's also a plus 2 to your AC. And
42.
you have advantage on
So
dex
84 points of damage.
Holy sh-
Of what type of damage?
Cold. I cast Cone
Oh.
of Cold.
Oh,
Wait, hold on. Okay,
No.
wait. I'm
this
sorry.
might hit the monkeys.
How much damage?
82 points
That's
of damage.
officially the
Wait,
most
wait.
damage we've done.
Wait.
We're level 6.
Listen.
You're not allowed to do that.
Wait.
It's a
everybody
rogue.
Shut up.
It's
What's it? It's.
Yeah.
Does it
it's
get
resistant. It's resistant.
I mean, it does get hit.
hit? It's immune to some spell. Like
It's
some-
not immune to cold.
Okay.
It's not immune to cold.
It's immune to necron.
What is the
Necrotic.
rate? This is probably gonna hit the monkeys. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Your monkeys are fucked.
It's a
It's
a
okay.
cone
Is
from
it gonna
me,
hit
so
me?
if the monkeys are next to me, it shouldn't hit them.
Are the monkeys? Because the monkeys are physically attacking it. Like,
Yeah,
Is it gonna hit me?
but I assume it's.
I'd say pick 2 of the monkeys. It's gonna hit.
Alright.
He only has one life.
Or
Yeah.
Sorry.
They
maybe
all have
make-
the same stats.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
pick
Dex
one.
saves?
Pick one of the monkeys that's gonna get hit and give one of them a dex save. One of them's fine.
So 2 and a dex save. Boop, 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 boop.
But don't they have to make dex saves anyways?
What the fuck's going on?
Con
You
save.
have too
and then-
many.
Oh, con saves. Why don't they just both? make
this
con
I'm just
saves?
seeing which ones get hit.
Oh, not bad.
Not great.
I just want to make
Better
this
than-
fair because
Yeah.
we weren't clear on exactly where they are.
17.
That makes it. Yeah, that saves. From the DC for my spell. I don't know if that saves.
Yeah,
for
that's-
As a dex save though.
Yeah. So is it a
mine's-
Constitution saving throw for the
It's a-
damage?
It's a con, yeah.
So do that for one of them.
Okay.
Oh,
Is it half damage if they succeed, or?
Yeah, so that's
14.
20.
14.
So 20 points of damage. Sorry.
It's 20? No, it's.
No, because it was 42. He got
2
a
monkeys
nat
left.
nat 1, so I doubled.
That's not
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you got a nat
okay.
1.
Yeah, and then
That's why.
I
I
would
didn't
like
know
him
that.
to make a for my bonus action. I would like
It
him
was-
to make a
Arthur.
deception check.
It was 42 points of damage, but it got doubled for him. I didn't know
18?
that.
Okay, that checks out. I can't do any more damage.
Okay.
Was
Yeah.
that one attack for the cone of cold?
What?
Was that one attack for the cone of cold?
Yeah.
You have another.
I tried to stab it first. It didn't work.
Oh.
Yeah. So did you make a dagger attack first?
Yeah, and it didn't work.
Yeah. So I'd say you sort of slice forward, but it's sort of this just like shifting mass of a cloak, and you find you just have no purchase.
Right.
And then you just take a step back, and you can see the wraith kind of coldly looking down on you, and you throw out a hand, and basically the entire hallway is just covered in a layer of frost, and the wraith spirals backwards. You can see bits of its cloak are actually like freezing and cracking off in almost like a snowfall as it kind of tumbles backwards in the corridor a bit.
I'm not gonna
Trevor?
let it kill you.
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
Do I have to be touching my trident to cast spells from it?
Yes.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Ah, dang it.
Just one of the mechanics today.
Well, there's nothing in there that says I can't cast it from far away.
Busto.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Busto.
Say 22 hits your
Busto
monkeys,
now?
I'm assuming.
What?
22 hits the monkeys, I'm assuming.
No, not
The
the
one
monkeys.
monkey.
The one of the two monkeys.
No, there's only one left.
No, there's two.
There's two.
Oh, there is two. My bad. My bad.
I love that.
21 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, rest in peace.
Wait, I never did the hellish rebuke. Can we retcon a little bit?
Yeah, that's
I never
fine.
made you roll for it.
Just give me the
It
damage.
was a dex saving throw of 10.
That is a nat. There's my nat 20.
Okay. It takes
Absolutely could.
half as much on a. Okay.
Would we have it
tens.
again because it got a nat 20?
Okay, so that's four. That's four
Four.
points of fire damage from. Oh wait, no, it's 3d10. I need to roll one more. That's 8. That's 9. That's 9. So that's 9 points of fire damage to it.
Halved because it succeeded?
Nope.
It was 18. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You just want me to go with the average? You want me to roll for the HP?
Yeah. Just go with the number.
Average. So,
If you want to spend the time to roll all of them, that's fine.
It's probably half it again, so it's more like 4 or 5 points of fire damage.
so I got 1 Aperuni up.
Yep.
What
Um,
are they not resistant to? Like, how can we?
yeah.
Radiant.
They both hit though. Both hits attack.
Yeah, the wraith swings another sword, and you see the third spectral ape vanishes in this little glowing puff, and the last remaining ape does what, Busto?
Punches it twice.
And does how much damage?
15.
Like Donkey Kong.
6 and a 3 plus 9, or plus 9 plus 3. 9 plus 6.
Shut the fuck up.
All right. Yeah.
Did he come to one big?
Play with the apes.
That's it.
Yeah,
Where the mace is so
you see the
confusing.
wraith. The monkey makes a final 2 punches, and the wraith kind of absorbing them into its cloak. It seems to kind of cower away from it slightly. And wait, was it? It was Nick's turn. How did we get around to the monkeys?
I don't know, but
Wait, that hasn't happened yet, has it?
No.
that's gonna happen.
Sorry, I got confused by you rolling. I went, wait, that doesn't match up. Orion,
Come back to me.
The apes haven't happened.
what does your bear do? Is bear still asleep? Bear's still asleep. That's a
hour.
good point. For
It's a
half an hour.
half an hour?
Well, I mean, if it gets attacked, it wakes back up. To
yeah,
be
well,
fair.
we don't know that.
Punch
So we're just gonna keep
Punch
fighting.
it.
20 minutes, not half an hour.
20
I'm not
minutes.
going to. I have shit to
little
do
while.
next round.
Yeah. So I'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have, if I don't do shit, I'm gonna die.
If
So.
I, Orion, who's currently in communion, could figure out a way to jump back into the bear, would I be able to wake up that way?
That's.
I'm not even gonna do that just in case.
And then sacred flame.
Have to wait and see.
I think we could talk about that when it comes to it. I think that's fair.
Okay.
Nice. Hell yeah.
What? So I'm back with the guy.
Do you want me to come back to you?
If you are ready, I'm ready whenever you are.
Wait. You told me to come back to you, and then immediately.
You didn't say. You just said Orion. I said yeah.
Yeah. You said come back to you.
When I said whenever you're ready. Come
Okay.
back.
Yeah. No, Orion. Yeah. Sorry. I'd say you and this other figure are standing over your bear form, watching the combat unfold.
Do I feel any pain, like when he passed out and stuff?
No. It's like you're watching someone else fighting.
What's your name?
I'm not. It's been a long time. I don't think it's really important. You can call me anything you want. Is there something I can help you with, though?
I think so. But for now, I just need you to wait.
Says I can do that.
Can we just wait and see how this plays out?
Says, of course, we've got. I'm not going anywhere. I don't think you are particularly.
I don't plan on it.
And he kind of looks around. He gestures towards the people fighting. He says, they're holding their own. They might.
They're strong. They're stronger than you think.
I hope you're right.
Oh, I am.
and Cal.
I'm so excited for this. I just figured something out. Okay,
It is your turn.
so first thing I am going to do is I'm going to touch myself. Oh yeah, let's go. I'm going to touch myself in great places. And I'm going to cast Protection from Good and Evil, which gives you, motherfucker, undead on all attacks against me. All right.
What?
Undead. Disadvantage on all attacks against me.
Yeah.
All right. And now,
Thank goodness.
I'm going to use my Action Surge, and I am going to point my finger at it like this and go, and cast Sacred Flame at it. It needs to make a Dex save. Make a Dex save.
19.
Fuck. Okay, it makes it.
It's got some good decks, man.
It's a ghost.
Yeah. Slippery. I mean, it's basically a cloak.
Or take one.
I don't like
okay.
slippery used to describe this ghost.
It is a pretty
like,
gross
I don't
description.
like that.
Okay, so it takes 6 radiant damage.
Quadruple.
No. You can't just declare things. That's not how
It's
this
worth a
works.
try.
That's my job. That's what I get to do.
Okay, and now I'm going to use my War Priest, and I'm going to take
Hey,
my.
Cal, you remember back at the pre-game for this episode when I went, how much damage do you think you guys do around? And we came up to the answer of like probably 40 or 50.
Yeah.
And now I think every round you've done about 80 or 90.
We did 84 in one turn.
And then,
Yeah.
but it's half.
We're
it's half.
putting out, but like normally we're putting out about 100 damage per
See,
round.
I'm just saying that was
No,
that was
that was-
bullshit, my
that-
friend.
I did
didn't
not.
ask that.
I really
You didn't
thought
ask
we
that.
did that much. Apparently I'm
you
wrong.
asked how much do I do per turn on average? How much does he do? How much does she do?
I said 11.
I
for
didn't
me.
account for Busto. I will admit, I didn't account for his
I
crazy.
didn't
eights.
account for the 84 that she can do in one turn. That's
Well,
what
she
you
got
should have accounted
42.
for.
It was double
It
because
was
he
a bad roll, yeah.
got a natural one.
Okay,
Also,
42
just really,
still.
really cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
I'm
then
not denying that.
I'm gonna
I'm
use-
just saying, holy shit.
I'm gonna use my next action, and I'm gonna point my trident towards it and just and shoot a firebolt at it.
Wait, did you do sacred? Oh, it succeeded on sacred flame. Okay.
Yeah, it's 16 on Sacred Flame, so now I'm using firebolt.
Yeah. So I'll say
I can
you
use
put out a hand and you send this
firebolt.
Oh.
this lance of golden fire, which it sort of ducks to the side, and then that flame hits some of the bars behind it, just like melting them in its wake, and then kind of go ahead and roll first.
It did hit the Sacred Flame though.
Did it?
Yeah, it hits. You just take half, so it was
Okay.
1d8. So I think it was 6.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I counted that. Yeah, so I'd say as it dodges away, you see some of the edges of its
19
cloth be
to hit.
tinged. Yeah, that hits.
All right. And then
Yeah, so I'll say as it dodges away from the sacred flame, you just sort of force it to duck right into the path of a firebolt, which collides just directly into the center of its chest.
Nice.
I thought it was way better than it was. It's 12 points of fire damage with the firebolt,
Okay.
and then I need to roll a d20, right? Because that was my last charge.
Yes. This could. Oh yeah, this is a good. This could be bad.
Wait, what does this mean? What is this?
Okay, we're good.
What was it?
It's a 16.
Okay.
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 Woo! If I rolled a nat one, it was what?
10d8. Yeah. 10d8 necrotic damage.
Oh!
Wouldn't kill you instantly.
It would kill me because it's doubled right now.
That's a. Oh no. That's over. That's over.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's only until the end of its turn, and that happened a while ago.
I mean, I am at 11 HP and my max. No, it would have definitely killed me. My max is 11 right now. It has to go above my max.
Good point.
I would have been dead if I rolled.
You
a
would
nat
have died.
Yeah.
one. That was risky, motherfuckers. But we got
You could have
damage.
survived. You could have
What
rolled
did I say? Don't
8
worry.
ones.
You
No.
said that last
No,
turn,
okay.
and I'm on my next turn.
I still mean it.
All right.
I mean it until I say worry.
Okay.
that.
He just
I'm
said
actually.
so.
I'm going to back up next to Busto.
Not a bad idea.
I can't heal you, which is
I
why
know,
this is annoying.
I don't care. I'm still standing next to you.
For the record, has people been taking
Hiding
their
behind the door.
D6?
I can't. I'm at full HP,
I'm
but
at
my max is
as-
11.
I'm at my max as well. I haven't been hurt.
Okay, because I just remembered I haven't.
I will when if I need to. Thank you very much. It's very sweet.
No problem.
What?
Nothing.
Okay. I believe that makes it your turn, Busto.
All right. Busto actually being able to do something with his life now which is a bit strange for Busto, because he's just been buffing the shit out of people. Is going to again cast Conjure Animals.
Okay. How many casts of that do you have?
What?
How many casts of Conjure Animals do you have?
I have one more of the suckers.
That does dispel the previous casting, right?
It does.
Okay. Okay, where are your new apes? I'm assuming you're not... I'm assuming you're making
No,
apes.
octopus.
I am making. I'm making
Another
more
race.
apes.
Bye-bye.
Because they are sadly the most efficient thing.
I can't believe you can make
But it
4
turns
fucking
you
apes.
19. I think that's exactly the same thing I rolled last time
Wait, what are you rolling for
for their initiative.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I thought you got a nat 1 last time.
What?
You got a nat 1 last time.
Oh
It
yeah.
was so
No.
low.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
You got 19 for the health, I believe. Or
Yeah.
That was.
Well, whatever. It doesn't matter.
What did you roll? You rolled a 19, Orion.
I got a 19. I
What's-
got 17 plus 2.
Okay.
The apes are +2 as well. Roll off.
Yeah, just roll
a
off.
d6.
D6?
Yep.
You just fucking wait until I get some area of attack spells,
Fucking-
Arthur. We'll fucking see then.
I'll just spread them out like
He-
really
he's-
far
he's
and
ahead
have
of me.
throw rocks.
He's what?
He's ahead of me.
Okay.
Yeah. I outrolled them.
It was one. It wasn't- I
And
didn't get a
then
bad roll.
with
I got a 4
my,
actually. Okay, it wasn't ones.
for the record, I am out of wild shape now.
Okay.
So with this,
What did you turn in? You turned into an ape, right?
with my
Can you cast this while you're an ape?
no, that's why I said I got
Okay.
it. I took. But now I'm using my last wild shape to turn into an ape again.
Okay.
You're just an ape boy.
I like that you really haven't moved. You just went ape, Busto, ape, Busto.
That is
Jeez.
literally exactly what's happening. Also, I just realized I never actually took the damage because I don't need to because I'm an ape. Ignore me. Just,
Yeah.
just don't worry about it. Okay.
Um,
Moral of the story.
God, this is a fucking.
Apes are very good.
They are.
Bro.
I'm just like fact.
Did you guys kick me already?
I'm like
We
fact
don't
checking
know,
your
we're fighting
your
your
like
ape.
your like
I know,
math here, and
but
it's
you
just
can't.
absurd.
But you can't.
It's. I can't believe these are half challenging.
I
God.
know. 4 half challenger. I could also done a swarm of poisonous snakes.
And he hasn't even given him spears yet.
Yeah.
He
Ah.
still has spears.
I can
Such a
literally-
good spell.
I know. It's a very, very efficient spell. Like considering everything.
Next turn.
You said that
Well.
last turn.
That's
Yeah,
two.
so Busto, you guys see, Busto sort of surveys his miniature army and sees its dwindling numbers, and in response to this, he puts out a hand, and the remaining ape just, and then 4 more apes appear where?
Exact
where do the
same
apes
spot.
appear? Literally, so
Yep.
you know what? Fuck it. The first ape doesn't disappear. He just sort of like does some fucking Naruto bullshit, and just 4 apes are now where there was 1.
Can I
Um,
please make it so the apes are the ones that actually form new apes? Perfect.
Whoa, wait, well, hold up. Clarify. You don't mean you want the apes to get it on so that you can
No,
have more
no.
apes?
No.
I meant like they do Naruto
That
like
is some
like
quick magic.
like
Holy
Trevor,
That's
they just
the
do
real
like
magic.
That's some quick ape
Yeah.
sperm.
and 4
Um,
apes.
Jesus,
Damn.
And then you turn back into an ape, and the wraith does react to this. It backs up and then goes
Fist on a
straight upwards through the ceiling.
No.
And
Waited
Cal
30.
cries a little
He's
bit.
waited 32
He's
fucking
like, "Ah,
years.
no."
and you kind of all have a moment where you look around, and then through the ceiling again, the wraith
Fuck.
comes flying
Oh,
through
Fuck.
and
Dodge.
drives a sword straight towards you, Buster.
Nope. Boom. Disadvantage on the roll. Using my reaction.
Cocked. Nat fucking 20.
Disadvantage.
Oh shit. Okay, fair enough. Wait, how? Wait, what? Hold up.
Because of his.
It's
It's
his-
my
it's his fighter
feet.
thing.
Okay, yeah. Okay. 16.
You just got
17,
very.
You got so lucky.
18. 18.
18 does hit.
18 does hit.
17.
16.
It's not a nat 20 though.
It's not a nat 20. It's not a double.
Shame. 10. My only fucking cool.
Not a shame.
What do you have for health?
24 points of necrotic damage.
All right. So
What do
I
you
only take 5.
Yeah,
It's with-
because your ape
it was
soaks
with
up.
his-
Oh, you do need to make a DC for the 5 anyway. You do need to make a DC 16 con save.
It was with his sword, correct?
Yep.
What happened when you failed that con save again?
It
Like I
increases your hit
Oh.
point
Saving
maximum.
throw?
Saving throw.
Okay. 16.
Yep.
I got a 15, so 17 total.
So your hit point maximum is also reduced by 5.
No, he
I
beat it.
succeeded.
Oh, you see? Oh, yeah, because you get the bonus. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep. Fair enough. Yeah. So the wraith dives through the ceiling here, and it drives a sword. Basically, I'm gonna say the logic here is it can't really fight off all the apes. Can kill the guy summoning them. Yeah. So it dives through the ceiling like this, and it stabs a sword like directly through your left shoulder. The ape's left shoulder anyway, and your ape just fizzles out, and you pop back into Busto, getting still some lingering effects as it pulls the sword back out. And then it brings the sword around again, aimed right for your other arm.
Dude, no, I can't do it again.
Where it doesn't. But
What?
Adrian asked a fantastic question, but I'm pretty sure.
What is
Are his hit points brought to 1 when he's passed out, or 0?
I don't think so, because the way you explained it is that.
No,
I
it's
did
just
that.
whatever
It's
you
more
rolled for the
safe.
reduction,
Two souls fight so bad that I get so exhausted I just pass out.
basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have 2 souls.
Yeah, we know
Well, I have
that's what.
1.5.
Yeah.
It's a 17 hit, Busto.
That's
Pretty
17.
full.
You're pretty full.
Filled up. Like you
Filled
feel
up.
so noble.
Yeah. That explains why Orion is fat. I'm just kidding.
He's small every.
Yeah.
Like, not even just you guys. Like, every.
Eddie's the buffest out of all of us.
Yeah, true.
He's just like a solid like chunk of meat.
20
Yeah.
points of necrotic damage,
Ew.
Busto.
Ryan's real back.
And I need another DC 16 con save.
Orion's actually just a
Meter beat.
hamburger.
14.
It's just a
16.
patty.
What? So you got a 16. It is you must meet or beat a 16.
Fuck.
You do still take the damage.
Yeah, I know.
Keep that in mind.
But
Um,
at least the hit point max is.
Yeah. And so it drives this into one ape's shoulder and pulls it out and just spins around as you reform into Busto, and like right as you make it back to Busto, the sword comes around and just sticks right into your other bicep.
That's a lot of damage.
It is. But Nick, it is your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back over to it because it left where I was.
Damage and heal.
I'm gonna go over to it, and do I still have haste? How long does that last, Arthur? Haste. How long?
10 rounds.
Okay, I'm fine. Yeah. I'm gonna try to stab it.
Go ahead.
If, for example, if Buster,
I don't think that hit.
She gets sneak attack too.
12 does not hit, right? 12
12
doesn't
does not hit.
Yeah.
No.
So I'm gonna try to hit it again.
Yes.
21.
That does hit.
That's a big hit right there.
So, 12. 23 points of damage.
Plus sneak attack.
That was my sneak attack. And
Oh.
can I have it make a deception?
Sure.
Deception check?
Which is charisma.
Yeah.
17.
So I also have a 17. Who wins that?
Meet or beat.
Is
Okay.
it? Yeah. Is it? Is
It's-
I'm rolling a saving throw or
Yeah.
like?
It's
yeah,
not
so-
a saving throw. It's a deception check.
It's still meet or beat. I think.
Yeah.
I think just D&D.
Because this is the DC on it. The DC is 17, correct?
No, it's against whatever I roll. It's a
So
contest.
player wins.
Yes, player always wins.
Yeah.
No, she wins.
In deception.
It
checks.
depends on if you're determining.
If it's a DC.
If you're doing a contest or determining a DC is really what it
The
depends. 'cause-
It's a contest. It's a deception versus insight.
So then,
contest.
yeah.
Player wins.
Oh, nice.
Nice. That
Nice.
was closer than you could have.
Yeah, that was. I. Good job,
so
Arthur.
it
Good
takes
call.
17 more points of damage.
What was the original? So
Holy
total.
Fuck.
23.
Wait, it was 23.
So 40.
40 total.
Yeah.
Trevor, remember when I said we did a total of like?
Yeah. When you fucking lied to me.
I didn't lie. I really thought that.
That's just what I do every turn.
Yeah. So Nick, sort of following the path of, I guess, just the noise it makes. You dash forwards behind it and just drive your dagger into the back of its cloak and just rip down towards the floor. And you actually hear this sort of faint wail emanating out of it from somewhere deep inside.
Delish.
But following that, the wraith sort of, it seems to have been almost pulled to the ground by you, and it raises both arms, one with the sword, and just slams them into the stonework, and you all feel this just
No.
wave of negative energy hit
No.
you. So since you're all within 60 feet, until the Wraith King's next turn, you cannot regain hit points.
Oh, okay. That
Wait,
doesn't
did we
matter.
take any damage?
What?
During the next turn?
Until
Until
the
his
end of his
turn.
next turn.
Fuck.
Did we take any
I
damage?
was gonna
Nope.
kill myself.
Fucking shit.
You're only 5 HP down, Arthur. You're
No,
fine.
I'm not.
No, he's
No, he's-
25.
Oh, because that last round. Okay.
I have a question, and I want
Yeah.
Arthur and really everybody not to metagame on this. If I was to get healed, would that also pick me up?
Yes.
He should have been healing this. He should have been rolling this entire time.
That's a good point. You should have been healing. You should be. That's with the healing spirit. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I can't be healing for every
Shit.
getting it.
I'll just do that once.
So we'll say on your turn. Yeah. No. Let's say, just to be fair,
Keep
let's say it triggers right now.
Okay.
And,
What do I have to roll for?
Just no, it's a D6. You,
Oh.
you automatically get a D6.
Right. I didn't know.
Automatically.
You get a single HP. He
Nice.
literally rolled 1 HP.
I mean, that wakes you back up.
But it doesn't drop him to 0. He's at full.
Do I have to
right?
roll again, or am I a bear now?
You're still a bear.
It did drop him to 0?
Yeah. So
No.
no, it doesn't.
Oh, okay. So
He was
he's at
just.
full.
I think healing is a fair
Okay.
Fucking
stimulus for you to wake back
Yeah.
up.
Um,
What does the bear do?
Oh yeah, we decided I'm controlling.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I can take it over if you want, but
Do you want to?
no, not really. I already have a bunch to.
I thought
You
No.
have a lot of shit. And you're
How
not
far
doing
is
it.
he from the right?
Not very far. He was like,
Is his back to me?
yep.
So would I get a sneak attack?
No. If you want to roll,
I've been down.
if you want to roll stealth,
Only rogues
that
can
is
do
fine.
that.
But you are contesting my passive perception.
You don't get any bonuses if you
I
want
probably
to.
won't do that.
Right?
Then I'm just gonna try to
Yeah.
attack him. I have
No,
two
it
weapon
would,
fighting.
it would just be
I have two
advantage
claw-
if you took
Yep.
it by surprise.
I think we established that.
If it's a surprise attack. but
I
it's
feel like we've
not.
had
Sneak
this
attack-
conversation
yeah, sneak attack
almost.
is a specific
It's
It's a
mechanic.
rogue thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
It's a
try to
very
hit him
cool
twice,
rogue
one to the
thing.
right, one to the
That's how
left.
you do all your
No,
damage.
it's like
Yes.
thing.
Okay.
Plus the haste.
Well, my dagger alone it's strong. 2d8 plus 5 damage.
19.
19.
Hit.
I mean, yeah, that hits.
1 hit,
And then more than 19. So
2 hits.
that would be 14 slashing.
Okay.
Non-magical.
Total or each?
Oh, total.
Orion, I would like you to make an intelligence saving throw for your bear form.
Is it against magic?
Nope. It is against a bear.
It's not against the magic part, because I get advantage on that.
No.
Also, what's this?
I am asking you if your bear has the sanctity of mind to not attack your friends.
I thought that may come up.
I don't even know if you should get to roll for this, but I am willing to let you.
Orion's been through a lot of shit recently. We might as well not let me roll 5.
5.
Shit.
I'm gonna say on your next turn, I get to decide who the bear attacks. You get to roll and do everything,
Not
and
me,
then,
motherfucker.
and then I get to
No,
choose.
please
Actually,
don't.
I'll
Wait.
assign.
You just go
Don't
see
hit
it.
me.
Okay, yeah, do that. I was gonna say, can you just hit the closest guy?
No.
You should take off my mini.
Is it?
What?
You should take my mini.
Is it still there?
It is.
What the heck? No, I have it.
No. Yeah. No, that's the apes.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad. Okay, that.
Wait, is he being controlled this entire time now?
Who?
Orion.
No, he's just a bear.
I'm not.
He's a bear. He's not there.
That's
That's
not
a bear.
really me. That's
Okay.
the bear soul.
Okay.
That's pretty
I
cool.
That's
still
pretty
get blood curses and such, right?
What? Would the bear know how to use them?
I don't know.
No, but
Honestly, I doubt it.
yeah. if
Because
it's
they have to
just-
they have to
I've
know
used-
the
I've
magic.
used- I've used
They
it
have to know
while
the
in
magic.
bear form.
Yeah, but they have to know the magic. You
Yeah.
know the magic.
Yeah, your slot will.
I don't think so. Unfortunately,
So basically, it's just a bear
it's basically just a bear.
who's got some fucked up fur because he failed.
Yeah.
Just a bear?
Oh,
Just a bear.
fucking! It's just
It's
a bear.
just a bear.
It's barely even a bear.
And I'm a druid.
It's barely even a bear.
No. Okay.
No.
You're basically
Stop.
Crocodile Dundee.
It's basically like a bear.
Alrighty, man.
Yeah.
Tons of glitter.
Stop it right there.
Stop. My turn to wherever we are now. On the initiative board.
It is.
Okay, I didn't know if you.
Also,
It is. It is your turn.
Were my apes supposed to go?
I think they were.
They dealt 31 points.
31.
Oh my. Wait, no, but they're behind the bear.
They're
They have.
can't-
They have rocks.
They
They're
can
just
throw
fucking
it
Oh
going
my.
off.
I'm so proud of you.
I am.
Passive damage.
How badly hurt does he look now?
On a scale of
Yeah,
1
can we
to
tell?
Decently so.
He's got like 500 HP left.
If you
Got
guys
this.
were fighters, you'd be able to tell.
I'm a fighter.
Do you have the thing where it's like, are they
Know your
above?
enemy?
Yeah.
No, that's like
Yeah.
3rd level.
I'm
I'm
gonna go back
2nd
to
level
writing.
fighter.
If you need me, let me know. Almost done. We'll get to you.
Literally 1 level away from that. If Trevor let us level up for this one.
You were the ones who didn't take any downtime. Don't give me shit. Cal,
Yes.
it is your turn. What you just saw is the wraith came down through the ceiling and kind of started to butcher Busto.
Tried
At
to
least
help
killed
him.
his ape form, but was interrupted by a ravenous bear just sort of diving from the corner of the room and slashing just both claws straight into its like gut, basically.
Hail rocks and mixed stabbings.
Okay, I'm going to put out my hand and cast Guiding Bolt at 2nd level. Actually, can I cast it at 3rd? No, I can't. At 2nd level, and come on, please. Yep, that hits 13 plus 7.
Yep.
Okay,
Nice.
and then
You need.
yep, those 3, perfect. Okay, not bad. 10, 14, 16. That's 18
Nice.
points of radiant damage.
Radiant.
Nice.
And I am then going to I'm really scared. I'm gonna stab him with my trident.
Okay. Yeah, so Cal casts this bolt of light which flies forward and strikes the wraith. And what did you follow it with?
A stabby stab.
Yeah,
Natural 20.
excellent.
And that is 1d6. 5 plus 3, so that's... Is it before the modifier, or you double the modifier too? You double the modifier too, right? So that's 16 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So Cal sends this guiding bolt, and almost before it can react, just jumps forward with the wraith or the trident held backhand and just stabs it right in where it blossoms in this explosion of flame.
Nice.
And from its position on the end of your trident, it grips both hands around the prongs stuck into its chest, and it looks up at you, Cal, and it repeats what it said before. And I need everyone within 10 feet
No.
of the wraith to make a Constitution saving throw or gain vulnerability to necrotic damage.
Is that all of us?
That is all of you.
I'm fucked. 12. I'm gonna fucking die.
15.
Shit, you already have vulnerability too. 15.
That's what is double vault?
15.
Oh boy.
It triples?
Do it.
It triples the
Wouldn't
damage?
it quadruple?
Yeah, because it doubles the double.
I have 21.
21.
Fine.
You're set.
I succeed, none of my apes.
None of the apes do.
Guys,
Oh boy.
I could die right
I
now.
rolled a
I hope you know this.
If
Yeah.
I
Busto.
I want to say this before anything happens. If I die, or if anyone else dies, immediately cut back to the real owner.
Okay.
Immediately.
Okay. Busto, before the wraith's turn, it's yours. And you actually see a good majority of the room just sort of, like, almost like struck, just sort of cowers over. Nick and yourself are about the only ones who seem unaffected.
Busto, in kind of this very, very, very large anger, is going to do something he's never done before.
Yes.
And basically just make a big fuck off flame blade in his hand.
Copy me.
Excuse me? Excuse? Excuse?
Me, flame blade. It's a second level.
copying me
That's
over
like
here.
Okay.
Motherfucker.
sexy.
It is a bit hot.
You know,
Yeah.
that's only my thing.
Don't fucking
that's
ignore my
hot.
pun.
What? Oh.
Yeah, it was a fire drill.
Yeah, it's like hot.
Thanks, Nate. Thank
That
you.
one was just for you, buddy.
Okay.
You gotta act dumb to make your friends.
So, Busto, would you like to enlighten us to what this mechanically
That's your
does?
motto.
You summon a blade of fire.
Yes.
Quite cool.
Thank you. I do think I am cool occasionally. Flame blade. Evoke a fiery blade in your free hand. The blade is similar in size and shape to a scimitar. Lasts for the duration. I can use a action to make a melee spell attack. On hit, target takes 3d6.
Nice.
Flame blade sheds bright light in 10 feet and dim light in an additional 10 feet.
Damn.
So I'm also going to, firstly, animal handling. I'd like to make an animal handling check to calm down the bear. That is very good roll.
What was it?
19 plus animal handling, which I'm proficient
Which
in.
is like 10 for him.
27 for me.
Yeah, no, I'd say
Dude.
the bear does sufficiently calm down.
Awesome.
Good. And then I would like to make an attack.
Orion's like impressed from
Natural
beyond.
20.
Natural 20,
Alright,
yes.
like, oh,
Holy
yeah.
shit! Everybody's
Come on.
getting that.
I'm so proud of you.
Pull it out
and
of
it
the
kind
bag.
of fucked everything up.
I got a nat 20, but didn't fucking count.
Yeah, it didn't.
Bullshit.
That's
Bitch.
a total
And Trevor,
20.
I passed out.
What?
Nothing that bad has happened.
24 points of damage. What type?
Fire.
Is this doubled already?
That's
Okay.
double.
Almost as cool as my stuff.
Either
Do I get a boost for this?
either leave or shut up.
Fire!
Yeah. So Busto sort of like surveys all of his now like weakened comrades and just flicks a hand to the side. Do you want to say it looks like a flaming version of his sword?
Yes.
Because that's kind of cool.
Yes.
No, it's a flaming
exactly.
I like
Yeah, and he just swings his sword, and you actually see the wraith kind of tries to raise its sword to block, and you just go straight through the
Oh,
non-corporeal
that's nice.
blade and slash all the way down its form, where it now stumbles back, actually ablaze at this point.
I'm the one that got it on fire too.
But it is the wraith's.
Sorry. I'm gonna be
Turn.
dead right now.
Yeah, you're
so it's
dead.
fine.
That's like, yeah.
It's okay.
You exchanged that for your
Yeah.
life.
So
I've literally-
I am sorry, this is going to take a second. There are a lot of people within 40 feet.
Wait, no. Please don't tell me damage is being done within 30
big
feet.
no, big
I'm about to
no.
get quadruple my damage.
I will
There's
die.
all those fucking good roll. Oh shit, that's off the
No.
table.
No, Trevor, I could die right now.
I wasn't looking at you.
No, seriously, I have 11 max.
I'm aware.
Hey, do not worry.
So I hit. Of the 5 combatants there,
There's more than 5.
can I count the apes? The
Just count them as
can I roll to hit? Do you want me to roll to hit? I will roll to hit every single ape if you'd like.
No, it's fine.
But if it fails, then it fails on all of them.
Deal?
Do you want me to roll for all of them?
Sure.
Okay, I'll roll 3 more.
I meant 1.
What?
I meant just roll 1.
Okay. So I'm gonna count that as 1 just because we don't have that many minis. Of the 5 combatants, when the wraith takes what is left of its sword and plants it in the ground, sending these black tendrils of smoke striking out towards its victims, 3 of the 5 combatants are hit.
Name. Bitch.
Orion,
Give me that.
we're back with you.
Trevor.
Fuck off.
You just got hit. Trevor,
It's a great question.
what did I just see?
Such a good question.
I'm actually gonna cry.
Someone died.
I'm not
She
even
went
kidding.
right immediately to me.
I'm not even kidding.
Actually, no, that's not why I went to you.
Okay.
That is suspense right now. I haven't rolled damage yet, so I have no idea what the damage is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, my heart was fucking. I thought you rolled damage and you were like looking
No,
up
I
from your
did get
fucking
one nat
screen.
of the people that were hit. One got a nat 20. That's why I started smiling. Don't tell me it was me.
It wasn't you. It was me.
I hope it was you. It's better than me. I'm gonna die.
If it does as much damage, as I
Stop
think it
fucking worrying!
does- Okay. I'm gonna believe in Nate.
We're putting.
If you both die, you might want to
Orion, we're gonna go. We're gonna go back to a few moments beforehand. We'll go back to what was going on your bear's previous turn. I'd say you're probably in conversation with the other person. Have you given him a name? Have you started calling him anything that we can use to simplify this?
Wesley.
Wesley.
Wesley. Have you?
I love how we said Jeffrey and Wesley.
It's fine.
We're on the same
Wesley. Wet.
Jeffrey.
Wetfrey.
Wet Jeffrey.
It's like
Wet Jeffrey.
one off.
Not calling him Wet Jeffrey.
Wet Jeffrey.
Yeah,
Fuck.
I think that's the name of a
No.
guy down the street.
He's 100% called Wet Jeffrey now.
Wet Jeffrey.
We're gonna call him Wesley, but we all know it's really Wet
Wet
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
Alrighty, Wet Jeffrey.
God, fucking
That's also the
Wet
cow's
Jeffrey, the bearer of fate. Oh, like, god damn it.
Wet Je-
The bearer of Wet Jeffrey.
No.
Boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, what do
die
you talk?
because
What
of
you guys have had? It's there hasn't been like you
I'm
really.
gonna be like, see that bear? That's me.
You can't really interact with the battlefield. What have you been talking about?
How's your day going?
You know, Wet Jeffrey's. We need to get away from Wet Jeffrey. Do I need to fucking call a break so we can stop thinking about Wet Jeffrey?
Maybe he died like drowning, so he's still
Okay.
wet.
He's not. He's not.
Wet Jeffrey.
Okay.
Kind
Okay.
of
Okay.
ironic
Okay.
he died in a
This is important moments.
We're not gonna be able to stop thinking about Wet Jeffrey.
I
Okay,
know.
I will. All of you, shut the fuck up.
So Wesley, no, Wesley turns to you, and he says, "I'm gonna go." He says, "What are your intentions here, Orion? You don't just end up here on accident."
See the wraith?
Yes.
He took someone important to me. And so I brought my friends, who I still think are strong enough to defeat him, to do just that. But my wife, my ex, who we took, she died. Forever. So, gone.
Wraiths are a nasty bunch.
My original plan was to defeat Mohruf, bring vengeance, come here, find her, and live here. Well, not really live. I've kind of done the ship. I'm not going to say names. But now I have most of a plan worked out. Really depends on how this fight goes to determine the ending. However, the main aspects stay the same. He doesn't look so good though, so I think this battle shouldn't take much longer.
I'm gonna say right around the time you're saying that, you see in slow motion this broken blade drive into the ground, and as those tendrils, you don't need to switch back just yet. As those tendrils begin to creep out, almost imperceptibly slow, you've noticed it seemed to have gotten slower, and slower, and slower. Wesley looks to you and kind of regards them and says, They may not make it without you. They might not even make it with you.
I'm just gonna look at him and be like, I told you I had a plan.
He says, I'm gonna say he kind of comes over towards you and like makes as if to put a hand on your shoulder and then just sort of drops the arm and crouches down to bring himself to eye level with you, and he says, look, I'm not going to tell you that I know you have some grander purpose to fulfill in this life, but death, it's just nothing. If you think there might even be a single moment in your future that will make it worth living again, then I can promise you, that's me to you, it will be worth it. I've been dead for a long time, and I've yet to have a single moment in death that trumped even the worst moment in life. But the choice is yours.
Even if my future alive holds great things, her last wish, whether it was her or not, or her last thing she said, was that I should have been there with her. I'm not going anywhere.
And in the astral plane, you watch those black tendrils creep out to strike 3 of your friends.
Not me.
Well, I am including
The bear.
the bear.
Fuck yes. Sorry.
You see, of the 3, it misses the apes, and it hits Nick, you, and Busto. And Busto,
Why won't they listen to me when I say don't worry?
Busto, you and Nick are both protected from the Portent of Doom. So you take regular damage from this. But because of the nat 20, Busto, you and Orion both take doubled damage from this.
No. I take quadruple.
You take quadruple. That's a good point.
Rest
I
in
rolled a
peace.
nat 20.
I die.
You're not dead.
You what?
I rolled a
I'm
nat
at
20 on my
30.
Your con
I
save.
take quadruple damage right now.
You're not gonna go. What's your max HP?
I don't know, 40.
Yeah. So if you go above that, you're dead instantly.
Is this from his sword?
This is for
it's
so
like from
in
a
real
wall.
time. What happens is he slams this sword into the ground, and these 3 tendrils strike out and collide directly with the chest, almost like it's actually aiming for their heart of Nick, Orion, and Busto.
Will it lower your max?
No, this is just straight damage.
Oh my god, I'm fucking shaking so bad right now.
In a way, Orion dies and doesn't.
Well, how much damage is it, Trevor?
Because if the body dies, he just can't ever return to it. So he's dead, but he's already kind of on the astral plane.
That's true. Oh my god.
Go ahead, tell me what it is.
Woo!
If it's,
I
if
thought
it's enough.
Cal was gone. I thought we were never
I-
gonna see him again.
Sorry, got a lot of math.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
Quick maths, Trevor.
Yeah. Don't rush me.
What did you just say?
Nothing. Stop.
Cool math game for kids.
It does 24 points of necrotic damage, doubled for you, quadrupled for you,
Oh, so 24 times.
90, 92.
96.
96.
You're done.
You take 48, you take 96, and you
Yeah.
take 24.
I actually,
Oh my
Was
god.
it half or no?
It's not a saving throw. This is a ranged attack.
Two questions.
Yeah.
One question. Bear died. Bear died.
Like dead.
48.
Yeah.
36.
dead.
I have 36 plus 40.
Yeah.
Like 9. Bear died. It comes a specter. If it does, will Ryan go with it? Because he's not in. The soul's not in the body.
That's a great question that we will answer in 10 minutes after the
God
break.
damn it!
No!
Stick right there. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We're excited. You're excited. Shit's gonna happen.
We're peeking
We'll
the
see you in
mics.
10 minutes.
Alright, see you
Bust
guys.
up Peter's pants.
What an excellent break.
I got a hat.
agree. Thank you. Welcome back. You got a hat. Look,
Yo, what a dress is
Found it.
you found it? Okay. Oh, I have a quick thing. Forgot his name.
Destructor.
Destructor GG. We just want to say we saw your comments. Thank you for tuning in, and we always appreciate a dedicated, inquisitive fan.
Hope we meet you one day.
Nice to meet you. Anyway, I still can't really do hand hearts, but know that this one's
You're
meant for you.
trying.
Also, Trevor is
Why
a
can't
man.
you
This one's
do
really
hand hearts?
meant for you.
What?
Why can't you do hand hearts?
I don't know, man.
It's so simple.
Be a Lego man. Be a Lego man.
Is that okay?
Be a Lego man.
Is that good?
It looks like hand heart. It looks like it has ears.
That's good. No,
Yeah.
why does it have eyeballs?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Close your hands like this.
My pinkies don't work right. Stop being me. Stop bullying me.
Stop it. He's the DM. He can kill us any minute.
He already is.
He's killed one of us. I'm not worried about me. Well, I am a little bit, but not.
You should be very worried.
It's gonna ruin my plan if that happens.
You're already down.
That's not ruining my plan. I have a plan. It's a good plan.
Hard to believe.
Okay.
All right, fine. If you die, you should worry, because I'm not gonna fly it to you.
That's his.
Hey,
that's
can I just say one thing?
Yeah, what?
Nate doesn't have a plan. He's just completely.
He's just.
I
just
just.
coasting.
Trevor,
on
do I have a
improv.
plan? Yes or no?
Do you look like the kind of guy with a plan?
I got a hat.
Do you get a? I don't even. You didn't even get that yourself. Why am I making fun of you? I know for sure you do have the
Okay.
semblance of a plan.
Wait, I have a question.
It's not just
Trevor.
an semblance. You know the whole thing.
Yes.
That
Isabel.
was his turn, though, right? That was the Wraith's turn.
Yeah.
So we can heal again.
You
after
can
this.
heal again.
Great.
Do get my legendary actions back though.
Oh,
Can I ask one question? That you're gonna say that's a great question, but I'm still gonna ask it. You can turn Spectre on somebody else's turn. Does it matter, or does it have to be his turn?
It's a great question.
Yep.
Okay.
We have to kill it.
How
before
close am I? How close am I to him?
In the astral plane?
No. Yes, both.
Okay, well, we should explain what has happened in the moments afterward.
From the astral plane.
Sure.
Okay.
Why not? That's an interesting way to look
I don't
at
have
it.
to write it anymore, so let's do it.
Yeah, from the astral plane, Orion, you see these bolts strike three of your companions, including yourself. It's weird to talk about yourself in third person, but you are the object of your own attention, at least for a second before.
I've never
I'm
seen-
saying, would Orion be focused on himself going down, or what?
I think seeing himself literally die in a way, at least his body cease to exist, wouldn't affect him as much as it would have 2 days ago.
My question is,
I'm not.
are you worried
fixated.
about yourself or your friends?
I'm mostly worried about. Are you unconscious?
I'm fine.
I'm
I
mostly
took 12
worrying about
points of damage.
Busto.
Yeah. So Nick, you saw it get all like it heading and starting to push her back, and then she just like almost uncannily dodges to the side, and it just sort of grazes along one of her arms, which you see actually the whole arm just goes like limp. At the same time, Busto is struck just dead on, and it hits him, and you just see like, I'd say probably just like all the veins in his head just pop and bruise, and he is thrown backwards into the wall where he collapses to the ground, unmoving. And so fixated on this are you don't even see your own body torn directly in half.
How far away?
Jesus
Each
Christ.
half. How far away from the wraith?
They're just sort of splattered against the wall.
Fantastic. How far away am I in the astral plane?
Couple feet.
I'm gonna back up about as far as I can,
Okay.
which I guess is as far as I want.
What do you mean?
So I'm gonna back up like 20 feet.
Okay. And?
Can I still see everything?
Yeah. It starts to fade with the fog.
That's
And I'd say actually Wesley kind of follows you.
Yeah. I'm gonna kind of look at Wesley.
You said that.
I almost said
Wesley.
Jeffery. I'm gonna look at Wesley.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been in the astral plane?
With you a couple minutes now.
Just with me? Were you here before?
I'm not sure I'm really me. I know I passed through here once, but I'm pretty sure I'm still dead. I'm really just here for you. This place, it has trouble talking. If you haven't realized
the reason I
that.
ask is because I might have to put a lot on faith here. And I don't know if I should do that with an entire dimension or a plane.
He says, I'm interested to hear what you have in mind. If you think you can destroy an entire plane, that's a bit of a
I don't think
tall
I can
ask.
destroy an entire plane. I don't think I can trust an entire plane to keep a deal straight.
Sure.
As my patron, I would hope I would get some favor.
Do you think you would? You know your patron better than I do.
It's never let me down yet. Here's what we're gonna do. As soon as the Wraith, if any of those three die, we're gonna go. If the Wraith starts to form a specter out of the bear, we're gonna leave them too. In doing so, to trade my life for another.
I'm gonna say Wesley sort of glances down at you, and he reaches. I'll say during your conversation before, what you figured out, the reason he wasn't putting his hand on you or anything is he just passes right through you.
Yeah, I figured.
And I'm gonna say right now, he reaches down and slides a hand into yours, and he lifts your own hand up to your face, which you now realize you can see through, and he says, I'm not sure your life is yours to give. And back in the real world,
You dick.
consequences.
I waited,
Consequences.
but you already knew.
Consequences. We'll get. I promise that's not our last.
I know it's not the last one, but I know what you did.
Anyway, back in the real world.
Back in
And
the
it's
real
worse
world.
than it could have been. Fucker.
It is your turn, Cal.
That made my stomach twist when you said that. Okay. Buster, you're getting up on your turn, right?
Healing spirit, I am. No matter what, whatever you do is better than nothing
Yeah.
in regards to healing or anything. I'm at a 3rd level spell slot though. I have nothing for.
You're making death saving throws now, right? Until you're back up.
Well, I back up on my turn.
I'm going to send my spiritual weapon over to
Yeah.
the Wraith.
We're all clumped up.
It's a dangerous thing to do.
That hits.
Nice.
18 plus 7.
That is a dangerous thing to do, Trevor.
10 points of force damage. And then I'm gonna put out my hands and fucking slam into it and cast Guiding Bolt one more time. Come on, baby, please. 15 plus 7 to hit. That hits. Can I get those 3
Yeah,
again?
go for it.
6, 11, 13, 17, 19 points of fire damage, or of radiant damage, right into that motherfucker.
Yeah, so Cal, you yank a hand backwards, and your spiritual weapon almost tears down the wall, getting to it, and you see it's actually just buffeted by its arrival, and just pushed straight into your arms, where you slam these just this tidal wave of radiant light into its chest, and I'd say the entire hallway, it's almost like a flashbang going off. The entire hallway is filled with this brilliant light, just to the point where you guys all have to kind of like look away to avoid being blinded. And when the light clears, there is the tattered remains of a cloak clinging to a frail, mummified body, which raises this blank, just smooth face to you and levels a sword directly at your chest before disintegrating in a cloud of ash.
Yes! Fuck! God damn it! That's like 2 hours of stress gone.
Yeah. That was close.
Now we can't turn
I
Ryan
had
into a
s-
specter.
That's not the issue anyway.
Well, it was.
Mm,
I don't know what the issue is. So Cal just thinks that.
Cal just
Can I
is
roll
happy
my
to be
d6?
alive
Yeah.
and also watch
go ahead.
me blow into
We are out of combat now.
Alright. Everyone take a d6 of HP.
Except for me.
Nah, I think
Besides-
I'm good.
That's fair.
The dungeon is cast into an uneasy silence, blanketing over your group and almost washing away the relief. But in the developing darkness, the golden glow of Busto's healing spirit wraps itself in a ring around the 3 of you. And back in the astral plane, Orion, Wesley is now holding your hands over the body, which has now reverted back from a bear at this point. And he looks to you and he says, I'm not saying you can go back, because you probably can't.
I know that.
But I do think I know part of the reason I'm here for you now. I think you've been given a choice. And as he says this, that silver fog begins to coalesce around him. And he says, You can do what you wish. You can move on. I suppose you could even have your soul sent to oblivion, the same way your wife's was. But if you really don't want to stick around, as you suggested, you could always make a trade. And he gestures behind him where the fog has cleared to reveal a circular hole gouged in the dungeon floor. One that was never visible to your group, even though it is directly in the middle of it. Its edges look unnatural, as though carved from the essence of reality itself, and peering inside reveals it to be perfectly, absolutely black. And he looks at you and says, A soul for a soul, Ryan. You do still have that to your name.
That's hell, isn't it?
It's all hell.
It was nice to meet you, Leslie.
It was nice to meet you too, Orion.
A trade's a trade. And that's what I came here to do.
What do you do?
Walk in.
As you go to the edge, he puts a hand on your shoulder, and he says, I can't promise you this will work the way you wanted.
A lot of it hasn't. But there's still a chance.
Everything just clicked.
I'm going in.
He steps back and he says, Good luck, Orion. I'm I'm sorry I can't promise you anything's for certain. Really never has been. And he fades away into the fog, leaving you alone.
Nothing else to do but jump, I guess.
A single second ticks by, and you tip forward into the abyss, off of the edge of the living world. A second ticks by, and you tumble into the darkness, losing sight of which way is back and which way is forward. 3 seconds tick by, and the world is gone now, consumed by an inky darkness around you. 4 seconds tick by, and you can feel your old life fade away, given to another. 5 seconds tick by, and falling in the darkness, you realize you've begun to cry. A final second ticks by, but you have already gone. And somewhere far above, beyond your reach, a pair of beautiful silver eyes snap open, gazing upon a sky they have missed for quite some time. Thank you, Orion. You may retire your character sheet.
It was fun.
Heart is beating. I'm sorry, buddy.
Close another. Close one, open another. Can I have those papers back for a second, actually? I forgot to write something on.
I hate Dungeons and Dragons.
Guys, I think we played this game a little too hard.
Yeah.
Guys, it's alright. I don't think I left you empty-handed, do you?
Podcast audio on point.
You want me to keep these over here?
Yeah, for now. I'm passing the marbles back.
Whenever you're ready, my friend.
What do you guys do?
I'm gonna go. Busta's gonna try to find the pieces of the bear.
It's now me.
Do something.
It reverted.
Anything. That medicine check. Please.
It reverted back to Orion, right?
Please.
It did revert back to
Oh,
Orion.
I'm running over there as fast as I fucking can.
How much is it?
It's 2. Cleanly, right at his chest, and basically a line from the left collarbone down to his hip.
I'm gonna.
Natural fucking 20.
I'm back, baby!
Yeah!
No,
Like I genuinely rolled
He
it
did.
out.
I'm dead.
as much as I wish that could change it. God, that makes it so much worse,
I
'cause
know.
that means you're literally doing
Everything
everything that
I
could
can.
be done. And I'd say, well, Cal and Nick are sort of standing back. Busto is fucking doing the no one could have asked for more.
He sewed back a body of bear.
Literally.
Wait, did you just say he sewed together the pieces of Orion back into a bear?
Back into a person.
He somehow did enough surgery that it was a bear again.
No, I just said enough for a body to bury.
Sorry. Yeah.
Holy, that was the fucking.
This kind of brought down.
That was the worst time to take roll a natural 20.
I could have used that a while ago.
Yeah, you could have.
On a lot of shit.
I'm
sorry,
gonna.
sorry
Thanks.
It's okay, man.
to, sorry to drop
What do you
the
do?
mood.
What do you guys do? Busto is like,
I'm gonna run over to his top half. I don't know, this is weird.
oh, you fucking asshole.
So I couldn't help it.
Can I
He
do
cares the
something with
least
the
out of all
medicine
of
check
us.
then?
It's been 5 episodes that from when I got the plan to making it. I've had time to cope. It's been over a month. I've had time to cope.
Trevor, can I try to do something that is gonna be very bullshitted, but I rolled a natural 20.
What do you want to do?
I'm going to
another
take-
soul.
I'm going to take the rotted, disgusting meat from Orion's bag. The one he's been carrying since episode 1.
fuck up. I was just thinking that.
And try to druid craft it back. Just back to Drake. Just back to anything living. Or that is freshly living.
I don't want to shoot that down, but
Yeah, it wasn't in his bag anymore. It was in his house.
Oh.
You could have gotten it. Is that fair? Not
I would-
right now.
I would
Not
say-
not
Yeah.
before the battle, but
I
you
would
could
say a
go
lot of-
find it.
I would say there's probably somewhere downstairs. There's various chests and stuff, and possibly in the like freezer place, and then a little bit of it's like in jars and stuff being experimented.
With that then, I'm not just gonna touch it. I just would like to grab the
My bag's empty. In there.
Drake tooth.
That was in his bag, I think, the Drake tooth. Or was that yours?
That's fine.
My bag's empty,
And
except for my staff.
druid craft a small little bundle of flowers on top of his body as I place the tooth on it.
The only thing in my bag's a staff.
Thank
Which you like.
I'm gonna run over to him. Purely out of not knowing what to do, I'm just gonna take out one of those vials that Forge gave me and shove it in his mouth and see if anything happens.
It runs down his throat, but does little for a corpse but illuminate it. I'm sorry. I really, truly am.
Me too.
I think he went into this, knowing this was gonna happen.
He didn't fucking tell us. He
Oh.
didn't tell us anything.
He
Could
sort of.
How could he?
How could he tell us?
The only thing we should think about is how fortunate we are to see his final moments.
So,
Cal, he saved you.
what?
When you died, in the temple, me and Miss Selena couldn't bring you back, and he saved you.
Of course he did. Little bastard. Well, we did it.
We did. It is sad and tragic to see such an amazing thing go, but
Jesus Christ.
this is the natural circle of life. We must appreciate the time he was here with us. We must make sure that we do not have thousands more perish the same way he did. The cycle of nature continues for all.
We should have been better to him, you know?
We should have. But let us not let his death go in vain. Let us do all of our power so that not only that he will not be forgotten, but so others do not perish. Busto casts some vines like over his body, especially over his eyes and mouth.
Actually, Busto, can you wrap him up? Well, we have to bury him next to his wife.
Okay.
Yeah, he showed me where the grave was, so
He did?
yeah,
That's good.
yeah. I'm going to go there to the grave of his wife,
I'll pick him up and bring him out.
and I will start digging with my hands next to it.
A few hours later, perhaps around sunset, your group finishes the second twin grave in far too few days. You place the vine-wrapped body of Orion Gimbal in the earth next to his wife. Both bodies signified by a simple stone headstone.
I'm gonna take the ashes I collected from the tower. Oh, wait. I'm gonna take the boar juice. And pour it right onto his grave.
American.
You all step back from the grave. Now just another unremarkable piece of earth amongst a swamp that meant something only to one. And standing over this, you see a soft fog has begun to gather around you. It could be natural, but the way it twists into almost humanoid shades makes you think it's mourning with you.
I like that.
And your group... Yes, Busto.
Before we leave, I would like to cast plant growth centered upon the graves.
Mhm.
As a final goodbye. That's it.
Would you like to tell us, is there anything in particular you wanted to grow?
Roses. Everywhere. Black roses.
Your group travels on in quiet sorrow, barely noticing the twisting oaks passing to your right and
Wait.
left.
Traveling through the caravan.
Well, don't worry, I haven't forgotten.
I don't want him to leave yet. If
I
that's what you're thinking.
I wasn't gonna leave yet.
Okay,
If anybody goes to the caravan, let me know.
okay.
How far away are the
Especially
graves
before they leave.
from the?
They're just around the back of the house.
Are they right up against the building?
Yep.
It's stone, right?
Yep.
The inside's wood.
No, it's all stone.
I'm going to take a piece of parchment and go up to the front door and write down, "Ye who enter here, this residence belonged to Orion and Nayek Gimbal. Long may they reign." I'm gonna put it, and I'm gonna punch it right into the door, and then I'll get in the caravan.
And that's Nick. Read that before you head off.
If you would like to read them individually, that would be fine. Anything pertaining in there to stuff you want to do back there, we can handle. Just while you guys are reading, I'm gonna narrate what happens afterward. And I don't know if you want this, but if you're comfortable, I can have an opportunity for them to reflect on it a bit more in a minute or two.
That's fine. There's stuff in there that says they can take stuff from the house.
Okay.
That's the only reason why I said to stay. But
So-
if you want to go and then just say they grabbed it, whether or not
Yeah,
we-
that's
that's-
what I
that's fine with me. That's the
So
only-
you
that's the
guys
only
read. I'm gonna talk for a bit to keep the viewers entertained. Everyone, go ahead.
reason. I don't want to look at them when you read this.
So, your group travels on in quiet sorrow, barely noticing the twisting oaks passing to your right and left. You camp from place to place, only barely briefly interrupted by rainfall. The forest is quiet, still of the same atmosphere as when you passed through the first time. And on your final day of this long journey, you find yourself camped beneath a fallen statue, cast in the visage of a god long forgotten. Your group erects a solitary campfire within the grasp of this statue, shining in the night like a fallen star.
Keep going, Jordan.
Is there anything you'd like to do before the end of your final day?
Sorry.
And if I would say your group found the letters, if you would like to,
I'd have put them right in the driver's seat.
yeah, if you would like to read them around this campfire,
Go right ahead.
I would like to do it.
you may do that.
I would have liked to do one thing before I left. Sort of a retcon, and I apologize.
That's fine. I said retcons are fine for this.
Fuck you.
I've gotten a fuck you from everyone so far.
Not me.
Except for Busto,
Um,
I think, and Trevor.
I would like to druidcraft a big fuck off trunk. And
We have tissues.
Scrap paper. I'm a damn good writer sometimes. And today, no writer's block, just flowed.
Busta would like to druidcraft the biggest fuck off trunk I could make. That at least fits in the caravan. And Busta would like to take every single book on his bookshelf except for 13. Kind of very confusingly looking at the scribbles that I could barely discern. I walk over to Cal. In my hands is a stack of 13 books. And I hand them to you. One of these books is The Hunter's Guide. And 12 journals of Orion.
Thank you, Busto. Maybe I'll teach you to actually read them.
I would like that.
Did you guys grab anything?
I grabbed all the shit
Yeah, I took what you wanted me to take.
out of the back of the caravan. I'm gonna lift a giant ass chair and set it down next to the campfire and sit down in it.
For your reference, I said it was worth thousands. If he could lift it.
It's a full metal chair, right?
Full metal chair with a...
Fucking huge.
It's huge, heavy. I could barely lift it.
I'm okay. I got Busto to help me.
I said it was worth thousands. Take that
That's
as...
a lot.
I knew it was worth a lot. And what did...
We'll figure it out.
Well, gathered now around the campfire, does your group want to read these notes?
Yes, I do.
Nick, do you? Busto?
I'm going to read it for the viewers, but in game,
I agree.
all in
I'll do
head.
the same thing. Can we all do that?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Busto, go ahead.
Wrote these while we were...
Do you have an order you'd like them to read them in? Or can I
wrote
pick
them Cal, Buster, Nick. I don't think it matters.
it? Okay, Busto, go ahead.
They all kind of tie into each other a little bit.
Okay. I'm not going to cry during this.
I'm shaking nervous, man.
I am not going to cry during this.
I
Okay.
broke down.
You guys broke down. I felt really bad.
Dear Busto, if you are reading this, it means Cal has finally taught you how, and I am proud of you for learning. In fact, I'm proud of you for a lot of things, even though I've been too much of a dick to say so. You never cower in the face of danger. You always seem to figure things out far before the rest of us. And you are one of the kindest hearts I've ever encountered since Naya passed. Granted, I have been living in a haunted swamp for the last 32 years. You are the nicest, largest, most wonderfully weird friend I have ever had. I could never thank you enough, but I'd still like to offer you all of the books that are downstairs. I only ask that you give Cal the Hunter's Guide book and all 12 of my journals at the end of the bottom shelf. I think with enough determination, you'll be smarter than all of us combined. You'll do great things, Busto. I'll catch you later, Orion.
For just so you guys can prepare, I think we saved best for most tiers with you. I think yours with Nick.
Nick?
It was the longest too.
So,
Do you want to do hers last?
Yeah.
yeah. Nate, Adrian, would you like to read the note to Cal?
It just gets worse and worse.
Try not to cry.
Dear Cal, over the past month, you've become a better friend of mine than I've ever had. You've helped me, sheltered me, and in the end, listened to my wishes and brought the call to my swamp. I haven't been as kind to you as I should have, and I'm sorry for that. You have shown great potential as a hunter, and I hope you find my trap very useful in the future. I've killed many animals over the last 20 years with this trap, and I'm sure you'll kill just as many. Take care of the team for me. You're a natural-born leader. Feel free to take what you wish from upstairs. There's some gold in the chest, which I definitely took.
I never said how much.
In my room. And the chair is worth thousands if you can lift it. I hope that will help you. I'm deeply sorry for what I'm about to put you through. I hope you can forgive me. Farewell, Kel. P.S. If you reach Falvarstead, say hi to my parents.
Oh. Okay.
I already cried at that one too much.
Okay.
This one's the one I thought was really.
Dear Nick, I do not know where to begin to start. You have become more and more like Nyack the more I got to know you. You're sly, sarcastic, strong, and beautiful. I was always afraid to get close to you for fear that I would develop the same feelings that I had for Nyack so many years ago. It is a mistake. I will regret it as long as my soul can remember. You've shown great skill both as a rogue and as a survivor. My advice to you is to explore a bit on your own. Sometimes the only way you can learn is by doing something yourself. I'm leaving you my remaining 9 marbles as guidance on your journey. I have also remarked how excited you seem to get when you're around things that freak other people out. That's a great quality for an alchemist. I think you would make great use of the raw materials in the chest downstairs, as well as my journals that Busto should be giving you, which he didn't.
I made a mistake when I wrote it. It's supposed to give the 12 journals to you, but I didn't.
I'm so sorry for the terrible way I treated you, and I hope part of you can forgive me. I love you too, Nick. Take care, Orion.
Thank you for watching.
You finish your journey alongside the winding river. It cuts through the earth, gentle hills slowly fading to massive walls of stone and disappearing out of the forest. The brush crackles lightly beneath your feet, and a lonely bird calls out in the distance. As you follow the path of the stream, Oakstead reappears in the distance, and your group is no longer alone. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching tonight.
Holy fucking...
Oh, fucking Jesus Christ, I hate Dungeons & Dragons. Worst game ever made. Fuck you, Nate.
Thank you guys.
Fuck you.
So much.
But it's sad.
I want to clarify. I want to clarify something. We don't know what the fuck's like. We don't know what's going on before. Okay. This is all genuine emotion. We had no idea.
The only people that really had an idea were me and Trevor.
I didn't think this was gonna happen for a while.
And Trevor's been trying to not let it happen.
Why am I breaking down right now?
I've had a month to cope. That's why I'm not in as near bad condition. And I did not expect people to take it this way. And I'm not going to say what I texted you because that's just cruel.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
I hope...
Whatever, for making a fucking highlights video after this shit.
Well, we can, just don't put this episode in it.
Thank you so much for watching. Good night, everyone.
Good
See you
night,
Friday.
everyone.
See you next week. And it's about to get to them when a window next to it that has survived very abruptly smashes inward as a small figure who has a rope attached to the ceiling swings off the edge and goes right through the window.
I wonder who that guy is.
And Ace, who is it that just
Well,
broke
this is
through?
a 2-foot rock gnome named Orion Gimbal. Very strong, very badass.
Of course.
Wearing a
Let's
black
get
trench
that
coat,
straight.
face mask. No shirt but the trench coat, but he's got these whips.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
He is.
very pale skin
Oh, yeah.
and white hair.